days
Yeah.
Yeah.
for like
Hell,
part of
I
it, and
think
then
I think it's forgivable that you didn't get all of the recommendations because you
yeah,
especially were like busy with shit.
yeah, I didn't. I had like 12 days off of everything, and then when I came back, we had that heat wave, which was horrific.
hello,
Oh.
friends.
Hello. We're
Hello.
about to have another one.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Oh, it shouldn't be as bad this time.
Shouldn't be. It's hitting like 30. It's hitting like mid-30s on
Well,
like Saturday.
That's what I
This is
thought,
Sunday.
but it's not for me.
Really? Oh,
No,
you're
we're
lucky.
peaking at like
Down here it
26.
is.
We're peaking at like
Oh,
26, which is
I've got
very
26
easy.
tomorrow.
I'm 25, 26. I'm between 25 and 27 for the next 2 weeks.
Okay. It's not as bad looking at this like tomorrow, from what I can see. Or like going into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, like 28. Heading into the end. And wait. Are we right? Yeah, end of next week. End of next week, it's getting up to the 30s.
Sunday, Silverstone Day, 26 and sunny.
Nice.
Well, it's better than 12 and raining, which was last year.
Yeah, true.
I got soaked last year.
I saw the video for it. I can confirm.
It was horrible.
Trini on Ronzi's shoulder. What's going on?
Oh, apparently that got misaligned. Yeah, things are being goofy with the capture because again, Discord decided no, we're not gonna work. Everything's not reversed as it's supposed to be. Everything's yeah.
I'm not sure why that's changed. That shouldn't have changed. The only thing would be our order would be different because we've all got the same name.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, you chowderheads. How was everybody's month?
Oh,
Sure.
could have been better.
Was it universally a bad month for all of us?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, mine
cool.
wasn't bad, but it was just chaotic. Like, I feel like I've been in chaos for the last month.
And I mean, mine's not been any worse than any other. I would say, is just the long, unending misery of not being able to find work. And it's been incredibly hot.
I need to disable the sounds on Discord.
Gray, you had a win this month at the very least.
Gray did have a win.
Mixed in, sprinkled all in there.
True.
It was this month, wasn't it? Or last month? It was in June. I'm not going crazy.
Apparently, my sounds are supposed to be disabled.
Oh, it would have been June. That's what we're talking about.
Fun.
Yeah, no, but that's I'm not going crazy. It was in June that Grey had their win.
June was the longest month of my life.
So you know what? I'm gonna throw you under the bus. No, tell us about your month, Tricky. Tell us.
Oh God, right. So much happened. I disappeared from the internet for 12 days. That was fun. I had a family wedding to begin with, which was fun, and I was enjoying myself. I was looking mighty cute and having a great time. And my brother was the best man at this wedding. And so he had obviously gone off and was spending the morning getting ready with family, with like my cousin who was the groom and stuff like that. The freaking second this motherfucker sees me, he starts giving me jobs. Bear in mind, I'm a guest at this wedding. He's like, I need you to take this box and do this thing. I need you to hold this thing. I need you to take the phones. I need you to do this. I was like, brother, your girlfriend is here. Literally give other people jobs. And he was like, no, you need to do this. So somehow I became his PA very, very quickly at this wedding. And then it was fine. We got through the worst of it. And then we had dinner. which was fine. And as we were walking from dinner to the evening, I went, I'm so glad that no one I like know is here. Like, it's just family. I was like, I feel like, I can cut loose. I've had half a bottle of chicken wine. Like, I'm feeling good.
The hell is
And
chicken
then,
wine?
oh, it's a brand of wine and it's got a chicken on the bottle. And so everyone has named it chicken wine. Um,
All right.
that's just what it's called. It's a bottle of
Logical.
rosé.
Where's the logic?
No, I get it.
It's
That
just
makes
got a
sense.
giant chicken on the side, so everyone calls it chicken wine. And yeah, and then I literally step foot into the reception area where all the guests from the evening have arrived. Who's there? A work colleague. And I just looked at
Aw.
them and I was like, no, you don't know me. I just looked at them from afar and then looked away and was like, I'm not going to acknowledge you exist. And then I went and partied. And they had like a photo booth, which was really fun. But I wore some heels, right? Now, they weren't uncomfortable heels. They were like a very respectable height and they were comfortable. And I didn't get any blisters or anything. And I didn't cut my feet up. But I did nearly 10,000 steps in these 4-inch heels. I could not walk. Like, to the point that when we were leaving, I was hobbling back to the car. The next day, I couldn't stand up. Like, I
Yikes.
had boogied my life away and could not stand up, which was very unfortunate because the next day is when my family from the States came. And so I had to then stand up and then progressively explore England with them, which did not help because my poor feet, like, they literally were like, I've never felt a pain like it. I honestly can't describe to you the amount of pain that my feet were in. And so then, yeah, I had to explore England with them. So did that for a week, which was fun. Took them to like the beach and took them to do various bits and bobs. Introduced them to a tea cake Ronzi. That became the favourite food of the trip. And I love our tea cake. I'm very passionate about tea cake, and that became fan favourite. That and squash. They loved squash and they loved tea cakes, which I thought was very funny.
Which brand of squash?
They really liked. I don't know if it was like. I think it was just like an Asda or a Tesco's own, and it was like.
Oh,
Was that
okay.
like? Was it like? I don't know, fruit berry mix or like berries or something like that. Cherries
Yeah,
and
I've got
berries, I
any
think.
context. What the hell is squash? Because I was
Yeah, you
thinking.
Americans don't have
It's
squash. Like
Yeah,
It's
I was
fruit.
assuming
you,
you
you've
meant
got
like
nothing similar to
gourd.
it either. No, a
No.
squash
So
it's
it's
a drink. It's like
it's a
concentrated fruit juice that you mix with water.
yeah.
We
So
do have that.
Ribena is considered a squash.
Yeah, we
You
do
put
have
a
that. It's
smaller.
typically,
It's what fruit? It's like concentrate. I think you would
yeah,
refer to it as.
we have like a fruit concentrate that's like frozen, and you mix that with water.
Yeah, this obviously
Frozen.
isn't frozen. It's
Weird.
it is a liquid itself.
Yeah.
Cordial, I think, might be
Yeah, it's kind
another
of like a cordial,
example.
yeah.
So,
Like
a good way of explaining it, when obviously you get draft drinks at fast food chains or in restaurants, everything, it's like a syrup, like Coke, and it's
Yeah.
mixed with the carbonated water. Our squash is
the syrup.
similar in a way. It is syrup-ish,
But it's
but
100%
you just pour in a
natural.
small, 100% natural. You just pour a small amount into your glass, fill the rest of it with water. Boom, you're done.
We're talking like a shot in the bottom of a glass and the rest of it full of water.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, they loved squash. They actually took bottles of squash home with them. And a tea cake, for context, is like a shortbread biscuit with a mountain of marshmallow fluff on it, and then the whole thing is dipped in chocolate.
That does.
And
Oh,
that's
those. Oh, you gave them Tanuk's tea cake.
Tunnocks tea cakes, not like
Tunnocks.
raisin shitty ones.
Yeah, no,
the good shit.
I'm thinking
The unhealthy
because obviously
ones.
those ones
no.
are a bread confectionery.
Yeah, not the shitty ones. I gave them the good stuff. I gave them Tunnocks.
Yeah.
Tunnocks is the brand,
Did you
by the way.
Yeah. Did you give them the freaking caramel wafers? Did they try the
Yeah,
caramel wafers?
Yeah, gave them a caramel wafer. They tried everything. They do you know what they didn't like? A crunchy, because they said a crunchy tasted like a firework.
How?
I don't
How could
understand.
how could
I
they not
don't
like
know.
Crunchy?
Crunchy
It gives you that
was
Friday
so
feeling.
fucking good. So they
We're
they
just
liked
saying
quite a lot of
shit.
things. One of them really liked eclairs as well, like a chocolate eclair, like the pastry eclairs. Um, they liked them with that. And then yeah, so spent some time with them for like a week basically, which was fun. Stocked up on some nice American sweets for the next however long. Got relentlessly grilled about when I was getting married, both at the wedding and then by my family. So that was fun.
I know the feeling. I know the
Yeah,
feeling.
so loved
I
that.
I am so
And
glad that does not happen to me.
oh, fucking honestly.
They
And
just
then,
ignore me. It's
well, I made a point out
it's a-
saying to them that I'm closer to having a sperm donor than I am to having a man. And I've made this well known that I would rather have a sperm donor to have a child than a man. And everyone was like, "Oh, but it would be really hard on your own." And I went, "I understand that, but you also understand I won't have to put up with a man in the process. So actually, my workload will be lighter."
okay,
So
fair.
yeah, so that was
Oh,
my
clever.
logic. I don't then have to look after a man and a baby. I just have to look after the baby. Like, I'll be okay. And then family left, and then we got hit with Satan's asshole.
That's a way
Um,
to describe the heat wave.
it was, it was hot. Like, it was so hot, and like it dealing with it on like a personal level at home was bearable. We have like one or two AC units in the house, so we did just like put it in the living room, and we would just all sit in the living room together in the cold because that was like the only room we could keep cold. Um, but so they're like on a personal level, it was okay to deal with. We went over to the coast a few times, and we like went to the beach and stuff. I was a bit gutted because when it was the 38-degree like over 100 for you guys day where I'd been at work and I was miserable, I was like, I'm gonna go to the beach for dinner because they've got all of these containers that have converted into this street food place. Um, and then we rocked up there and there were no lines despite the beach being packed. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited, there's no lines. Run into the pizza place. Oh, sorry, we've all got a power outage actually. We've got no power, there's no
What?
food here. And I was like, you are testing my patience. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, not only have
Probably
I
one of
been
the
in a
busiest days.
classroom at work with no AC in 38 degrees with 30 children, windows that don't open for safety reasons, and no fans, I have now rocked up here after having been dribbling with sweat all day to find out there is a power cut and no food at the beach. And so, of course, all the fish and chip lines were like a million miles long because it was the only food available at the beach. So I had to drag my poor parents to the supermarket so we could buy a little picnic to try and eat on the beach because we were all getting hangry and hot and bothered at this point. And then, yeah, and then I had my picnic at the beach in the heat. I will say, from a teacher perspective, that heat was horrible. Like, not all of my school has AC, and there's only a few classrooms that do, and it was basically a fight between us staff as to who could re-room their lessons to the AC before the others. And I lost the battle.
Oh,
The battle was lost. I had my classroom. Like, I mean, I was doing everything to try and keep that place cold. Like, the lights weren't even on. I wasn't even using the electronic whiteboard. I was like, if anything has a chance of producing heat, it's not coming on. Like, I was like, this is not good. It was like I was trying to teach, but I could literally feel beads of sweat dripping down my back. Like I could feel them moving down my back. And I was like, I can't focus on speaking to you, these children right now. And they are all looking dead, but they've all got these tiny little fans, like handhold fans in front of them. And I didn't have a fan. And then I literally was sat there like miserable. And this like higher up member of staff walked past my classroom, and he was like, "Oh, you couldn't re-room, could you?" I was like, "No." And he, like, bless him, to his credit, went and then fetched me some fans just for me, and like plugged them in so I could have a fan on me. But it was pushing around the hottest air. Like like I said, our windows don't open for safety. They open like an inch because obviously they don't want kids climbing out the windows.
mhm.
So the windows only open like an inch, and then there's no fans and there's no AC. So once the hot air was in there, that was it. It was like it was just thick and disgusting. And then one of my classes had come from PE. Oh, the smell. It was not okay. Whoever did that to me hated me. And then, to be fair, on the hot day, we let half the kids get picked. Well, not half the kids. We said to the kids, you can get picked up halfway through the day. Like your parents can come and collect you. And they did. And we were then left with less than 40 kids in the whole school, which were in a classroom with two teachers in an AC. And then, do you know what they turned around and said to all staff? Here's a free ice lolly, but you have to stay here the rest of the day. None of you are allowed to leave. And so I procrastinated and I went and watered the vegetable patch and I ate my ice lolly and I went and we had some ducks get born in our school that day. So I went and hung out with the ducklings for a little bit. Just refused to do any actual work because I don't want to be there. And then I went home. And then have I told the story about the mystery pumpkin to you guys?
No, I don't think
No.
you have.
So you know how I'm a vegetable grower. I'm a gardener, a entrepreneur in the vegetable world. I have been growing many a thing. And I looked at this pot in the corner of the garden. I didn't plant anything here. And I just went, that looks weird. And then I looked at it again another week later and I went, that looks really weird. And I went, Mum, what was in that plant pot? And she was like, oh, it's this flower. And I went, I ain't no flower, love. She goes, yeah, the flower died out last year, but I think it's coming back. And I was like, no, it's not. And then my dad took a photo for ChatGPT, obviously, because that's the only way he could think to identify said mystery plant. And turns out we're growing a pumpkin. A bird shat a seed in the pot, and it's growing pumpkins. Or squash of some kind. Possibly butternut squash. Possibly pumpkins. This plant is freaking huge. And so I then proceeded to have to build a pumpkin enclosure and repot my pumpkin because pumpkins need a lot of space and I couldn't find a pot that would fit. So I built with my dad a frame out of wood and we lined it and I made a pumpkin enclosure. And now I'm growing a mystery pumpkin. And I don't know what it's going to turn into. Could be squash, could be pumpkin. Kind of rooting for it to be pumpkin. But yeah, so I'm growing that. Don't know how that's going to turn out. Yeah, that's kind of my month, I guess. I'm sure some other stuff happened, but they're the highlights.
Lots of social activity, a lot of melting.
Yeah.
I've just been watching chat go on.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
keeping an
everyone's
eye on it
watching it.
too.
Yeah, I've been reading it. Yeah, there's birds. But now I looked in the pot next to the other pot, and I think there's a second mystery pumpkin. So I'm going to take that one to work and put it in the kids' vegetable patch and see if it grows there.
Okay. Maybe that'll do. I know repotting things or like moving things can be stressful for the plant, but
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to keep an eye on my
letting
pumpkin.
Drinky tell her story, Gray.
Yeah.
wait,
Yeah, they
we're supposed to be talking. Paying attention to chat is just a passive thing.
The problem with pumpkins is their roots can go in like 2-3 foot in each direction, and they need to be like semi deep. So we've built a really weird looking enclosure where it's like deeper in one end where the roots will be, and then it like spreads out, and we're trying to like encourage it to grow in a certain direction. But I mean, it's got a lot of space now, so we will see. A gift from the bird gods, I suppose. Which is funny because I actually said to my dad I wanted to grow pumpkins, and he categorically told me no because they take up too much space.
And now
And
you've
I
been
said,
gifted one.
yeah, and now it looks like I almost like tried this, but I didn't. Because
your dad said no. God said, "Okay, hold my beer."
yeah, literally. Apparently, I can manifest a lot of things in my life, but nothing that actually matters. Like I can manifest like
a loyal
really
boyfriend. No, can't get one of
Yeah,
those.
want to find love, can't do that. Want to have a good job, oh, can't do that. But oh, you want to have a pumpkin? Yeah, we can do that.
Pumpkin is a miracle I can manage, says God.
Literally. I mean, to my dad's credit, yeah, they do take up a lot of space, and he probably was correct. But it's okay. I mean, I'm already growing. My tomatoes are coming along well. I've got some tomatoes growing. They're ripening as we speak. I've had quite a lot of strawberries. The garlic is coming along. The carrots are doing okay. The jalapeno plants have got some flowers on, which should turn into some fruit here soon. My apple tree is doing good. So, you know, basically, in a zombie apocalypse, I am the provider. I can sustain humanity. Get me into that seed vault in Svalbard and I'll look after everybody. No, I probably wouldn't be responsible enough for that. I have to use a lot of Google to help.
I mean, you're just getting the information. Nothing wrong with that. No different
Well,
than if you were to get
yeah.
like a book or so.
I think once you've done it once, you kind of understand what you're doing. But, like, obviously, every new plant needs something slightly different. So, yeah, like my jalapenos nearly died. They were not doing well because it turned out we were watering them too much, and then I had to like dehydrate them like the desert, and now they're loving life. They don't want
How
water.
do you dehydrate them?
Just don't water them
Starve
for like
Oh.
2 weeks.
Okay, I thought you meant like they got root rot or something.
Well, no, they were just we were watering too much to the point that they just weren't happy. So I literally just didn't water them for like a week and a half, and now they're like thriving. So, note to myself. So yeah, that's my month. I'm gonna hand it out to somebody else.
Alrighty. You choose. You choose someone.
Oh. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tick up by his toe. If it goes, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I choose you. Snow!
Ah.
You've been chosen.
I actually sat there with my finger, by the way. But
I believe you.
Stream.
I fully believe it.
Between
I
all
I
fruit
fully
here.
believe it. My month has been busy, and I'm tired. That's my month. Nothing particularly stood out. It's mostly
Good
just
month.
been I have been having a good time in the sense of like, oh boy, I sure do love having a schedule, and it gets stuck to every week. That has been very nice.
That's a win.
Busy
Did you
being
not do
gay.
anything Pride Month?
Yeah, busy being gay. No. Ever since an almost tragedy fucking happened in our town, I have been a
Yeah.
little scared to participate in Pride in our town.
No, that's unfortunate.
And I don't want to get into too much details because it was national news, so I don't want to mention that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so
And also, like every year, I forget to even like bother looking it up, and then after it's happened, it's like, oh, it's nice that we're still doing Pride at least.
Every single year, I forget I'm gay.
The alarm goes
Oh,
off. I
dear.
check and go, oh yeah, oops.
Hey,
Slipped my mind.
it's like that one short that I shared this morning. It's like like the 1 month where you have to be gay. It's like, no, I think you missed the mark there.
Uh-huh.
And how evangelicals think we want them to act during Pride. That comment sent me.
It's pretty funny. I don't think I've ever met an evangelical who was that tolerant.
No. Sadly, no. I guess Snoo, you pick someone now.
You monks.
Me?
Please.
You want to
Please.
choose me? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you already did.
Let me start off by letting you get an idea of the theme of how my month went. My cat died.
Yeah.
Oh.
It has not been a very good month for me. I had an inexplicable string of incredibly bad luck, and tragedy after tragedy. The funniest one, and the one that I think is a little humorous, is after a particularly rough day all around, still settling with said news of that because I think it was the day after. made a big old thing of spaghetti, sat down to watch things with Snoo and unwind, and the fucking plate that I had shattered, and a
Yeah.
bunch of the ceramic shit got into the spaghetti, and so it was not edible.
He says shattered. It basically like broke in half. We couldn't see any pieces, but it would be safe to assume that there was ceramic all up in that spaghetti.
Well, I have a similar story to this month. So, but my dad chose to eat it regardless.
Oh god,
So,
no.
so my family
No.
came back from America and they bought a glass bottle of Taco Bell hot sauce. That is my dad's favorite. And it fell 2 inches out of the cupboard and the bottom of it cracked. And he was like, no. And I was like, oh god. So I emptied the sauce out the other side and he made me sit there with a sieve and sieve through and a little cheesecloth and cheesecloth through this friggin' hot sauce. And I went,
Legit
Dad,
torture.
I don't think they should eat this. It might potentially have shattered glass. The whole time, by the way, I'm thinking of 7 Days and the eating shattered
Yeah.
glass. By the way. Thinking of it the whole
Oh, your
time.
dad trying to fast
The
travel
whole time.
home.
Yeah,
But
the
legit
whole
question,
time. Yeah.
what kind of sauce?
Shit.
Mild, hot,
Don't
fire,
know.
Diablo. What color was
Probably
it?
it was either mild or fire. It was one of the two. I think we had a
Was it
bottle of
yellow or
each.
red?
I can't remember. We have both. I can't remember which one smashed.
Okay.
And
Because
so
if you
like
were gonna say Diablo, I was gonna say that is too much fucking effort for
yeah,
Diablo. 'Cause that
no,
shit tastes like ass. I
literally
hate
sat
Diablo.
there, this tiny little fat like sieve and cheesecloth, and like filtered through to try and get all the glass out and put it back in the jar in the fridge. And he went, "I'm gonna eat it regardless." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I think it will be okay, but
I
I'm
guess
not going
it's
to
his
consume it.
choice to risk internal bleeding.
I mean, if there's any glass in it, it is microscopic. Like it went through a cheesecloth, so it must be minuscule. So,
I think it's
hey,
FDA
but I said to
approved.
him, I went, "You can take a risk at your own." I was like, "You can do what you want." So yeah, similar story to yours, Mox. Not entirely the same, but similar.
The other things I guess going on in this month is my disappointment in sword art has only deepened. They
Oh dear.
I try to believe in that series so much. I really do. I give it every opportunity. It has a new game coming out. It might actually be already out at this time. I think it came out at the end of June. I think that's what its release
No,
time was.
it was a July release, I
Oh.
believe. I'm pretty sure, is that like the 10th or something like that, or 13th?
That makes sense.
Well,
Well,
I'm just checking now.
the game's called Echoes of Aincrad.
9th.
Right, and so the idea of it is that you get to play the first sword art experience as your own character, being your own person, and if the protagonist in the show didn't happen, was the idea behind it. In fact, with all of the release material, they didn't even show a single named character from the show, which I thought was very impressive and very restrained, and gave me a little bit more hope for the game. And then I picked up the demo to try it, and it's Elden Ring, which that's fine. That's not a bad thing to basically copy. But then the fucking bad habits they have started to rear its head real quickly. Because it's a demo, they didn't include the character creator, so your default character won, and it looks awful. Everybody's faces look awful. The bodies are fine. The environments are okay. But their faces, as Chalk put it, it's like baby's first I made an anime character kind of thing. It's bad.
That's such a visual.
You know what I'm talking about.
Wait, what's the game? I want to look it up.
Echoes of Aincrad. You can look it up on its Steam page because it shows off its character creator in the Steam thing if you go down. They do not look good. And this is a company that
They have the money.
they have the money. They've done good faces in the past.
Oh, I kind of know what you mean.
Uh-huh. And they look especially bad from any angle that isn't the front, and the front's not great.
$70 game, by the way.
Uh-huh.
You're joking.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, for them it would be 70. For
Wow.
us, it's 55.
Yeah, for the base. And then what they really want you to buy is the $100 version.
Yeah.
So there's that. Its premise is that you're playing in the beta of SAO, which is a plot point thing. So there's at least reason to explore and things to possibly do with that, which is cool. Except the beta doesn't play at all like Sword Art Online. Remember how I said it's Elden Ring? So even in the like smallest ones, the first ones that are like from the PSP, okay? You get the feeling of exploring fields, fighting monsters, going and exploring into caves and dungeons with traps and things, collecting loot, getting crystals, and then eventually making your way to the central tower where you need to ascend. You see the tower, I'll give it that. I tried to cross a bridge and the game went, you can't go over here right now. Stay in the quest zone. And I went, why the fuck am I in an open field with places to explore if you're telling me I can't go somewhere? Well, maybe it's just a tutorial thing. You know, I'll let it slide. I got further into this. I'm almost done with the demo. Been playing it off and on again, so it's not like I'm really dedicating time. How their quests work is you get stuck in an area, and if you leave the area of the quest zone, it pulls you back. The exploration doesn't exist. It's a lie. Another thing that irritates me is that you get a companion character. That in and of itself isn't a problem. I don't mind that you have the option to run around with an NPC, okay? I don't like the character at all, but the fact that they exist there and, you know, could change as stories go on, it's the beginning of the game. I'm not going to, like, say that they're a bad character from the get-go. That's not fair. What I am going to say, though, is I hate that you actually physically can't play the game without having your companion. You're not allowed. You can't leave. You can't do anything. They have to be with you. All they do is tell you, we should go to the quest. We should do the quest. Why aren't you doing the quest? Play the fucking game, Mox. And even when you're doing them, they're telling you to do things that, well, anybody who's played a video game will understand. My favorite example is in the beginning dungeon thing where you're learning the game. It makes a big point of, wow, that's 2 enemy kobolds. We need to be very cautious, otherwise we'll be overwhelmed really quick. By the time he was done saying his explanation, the enemy was dead. They're not that hard. They're really not that difficult. And Snoo and Chalk got to witness me walking on the end of a mountain and flying.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was fucked.
Falling through the ground a few times. I also found that in the starting zone of exploring, if you turn around and go back to the simulated city that's right behind you, there's a crack in a gate for some reason. And if you peer through the gate, you can see where the town is supposed to be. It is empty flatland. They don't even have fake models to represent the town. It's just empty. You're not supposed to look behind you, apparently.
Don't look behind the scenes.
Don't look behind the scenes. And that would all be fine and
Behind the
dandy.
curtain.
Again, if they weren't fucking it up. Trinky, let me ask you this. You've played an RPG or two. I know you have.
Of course.
And I've talked to Ronzi about this. Is why I'm not opening this up to everybody else, because I've had this conversation. You know RPG stats, okay? Even if it's
Yeah.
like being unique, they genuinely follow a certain set of things, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What stat would you assign to being the primary stat for doing physical damage?
Strength.
Sword Art says no, everything's a dex weapon.
Okay.
And because it's a Souls game, because it's trying to be Elden Ring, it has stat scaling. The Great Sword has the highest stat scaling of the weapons available of B, on dexterity. Because the Sword Art Online fucking stats have been fucked since the beginning of the show. I don't know if you know about that.
No, I don't think I do.
It is one of the most infuriating things because the person who made this has never played a fucking video game. And the stat understanding is there. There are 2 stats that had to have things put in for this game because outside of it, we don't know what they actually do because they don't matter in the series.
Okay.
And everything that's physically based is based off of dexterity, which is absurd, especially when you get into later things with the fucking gun gale stuff, where at the current meta of a gun game was strength for some fucking reason because the strength-based weapons are always better until everybody's favorite protagonist shows up and finds out that, oh, if you level up dexterity and use swords, you can fucking get bullet time. No one ever thought to do that, huh? No one ever thought to put points into the stat to find that out. It's fucking bullshit.
I would imagine that people did. They just didn't hard commit.
No, it catches people by surprise. They're not ready for it.
Because people tried it because they from what I understood of the explanation in the show was that they had they used it as more of a hybrid, that people put points into dex to use them, but because they were also putting points in strength because that's where all of the good weapons were, they couldn't do that. But he came in with obviously his overpowered character that was dex dumped.
And that's my final complaint of it is that promise of its own thing was dashed immediately as Kirito is not only running around the world, but you're definitely going to encounter him, and you end up getting one of the named characters from the show, Argo, as a forced companion into the game. And I just went, okay, so this is a giant crock of shit, and they lied about what they said this was going to be. I'm still going to get it at some point because I want these to be so goddamn good because there's no reason they can't be. And I have an example of what that means, but we'll probably get to that later. Ronzi, I choose you.
Well, I mean, look, that's a false choice. I'm the last one left.
Ronzi, you are chosen.
Not choosing is still choosing.
It's true.
From the sound of things, I didn't have a bad month. Given how everyone else's went, mine wasn't too bad. I mean, admittedly, I'm still looking for work. It's still shit. But yeah, at this point, it's par for the course, right? It's almost a year that I've been out of work.
That's crazy.
Not
gonna lie, I actually feel like that year has flown by. I'm gonna be honest.
It has. You're not wrong. It has just disappeared. Like, I mean, Shin, I'm gonna name drop you here. Yeah, Shin basically has had the job that he's had now for like 6 months, and it does not feel like it.
Well, yeah, that's crazy.
So, I guess highlight side that may not be known is, yeah, I get deep tissue massages every, like, I think about every 3-4 weeks. The last massage that I had, they gave me a lava shell massage.
A lava shell massage.
That sounds crazy.
Incredibly fucking nice. And confirmation that I'm a masochist.
Am I surprised? No.
So they call it a lava shell because they use shells in it, but I think lava rock might be a more common version of it. Basically,
Yeah.
it's just heated rocks or heated shells that's used for massage. that year will turn up next time you check the sofa. I don't think it will.
Check between the cushions. It may have fallen deep in there.
But yes, no, the heated massage was very, very nice.
Nice.
But yeah, no, other than that, same shit, different months. Different month for me.
I am actually going to throw something out there for you that I know is consuming you because it's my fault. I introduced Ronzi to a new video game and I've made it everybody's problem. I'm actually planning on making it your problem too, Trinky.
What's you on?
It's called Barony.
Right.
It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
It's
also
really
on like a super sale because of the summer sale. It's like $2 over here. I have no idea what that is for you. So it's actually very cheap.
probably about £1.50.
Yeah, probably so.
Double check.
Ronzi's
167, but yeah.
Because Ronzi's going to be unavailable next week because they have an appointment thing. I was actually kind of be like, hey, do we want to maybe play this as a group? I know Ronzi wants to play, and he said he might be back in time to join, but if we just...
I'll be back in time for probably like a run at the end of it, I'm hoping.
But that's a thing for us to talk about later.
Yeah, at the very least, let's put it this way. So we played last Thursday. I'm just looking at my hours played, my time played.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 27 hours.
I introduced him to this last Thursday. That's when we started. Second 1.
The game's good. I'm enjoying it.
No, it's actually fucking incredible.
It's incredibly difficult, but I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah, it's rude. It's classic D&D dungeons, honestly. Complete with the boulder traps that just instantly kill you. Oh man.
That's true.
Well, there's a thing I know Ronzi wanted to talk about because it's very big news right now.
Yeah, and I've already made content about it.
Yeah. So Sony has joined the ever so popular trend of putting the proverbial gun in their mouth and going, everybody watch me do this, as they have announced they're going fully digital in, was it 2027?
By the end of 2028.
On 2028, yeah. So no more physical releases.
No more
discs.
No more discs.
No more boxes. They also decided that, hey, remember that movie catalog we had? We're removing it. And if you owned anything from it, we're removing that too. No refund, no alternative. Get fucked.
I think so. Obviously, it's very shitty, and I think I did mention to Mox and Snoo before we went live, like, hypocritical of them, because there was their entire whole thing on like the release of the PS4, and we're like, ooh, we don't have a no disc console. The PS4 has a disc tray. Even though during that generation of Microsoft consoles, Microsoft released a digital only version of the console and a disc version of the console, because I have both of those versions. But yeah, they've gone and done this. And then all of the other, obviously, Scilab's posted up in the Discord the other tweets out from other companies like Domino's and KFC.
And their digital pizza.
We're going digital only.
So this was a thing that was announced yesterday. Literally yesterday. And the response has been so overwhelmingly terrible because a lot of people, myself included, canceled their PlayStation Plus, refunding their sales, just everything they can to basically hit Sony's wallet, has made them release a response today. I don't know if you heard about this. They had their we're sorry and we're going to make it up to you. For this weekend, we're going to give everybody free multiplayer.
Oh, that's their apology.
Yep.
Not a recension of their policy that they're bringing in. Just, oh, here, have free stuff
For a
weekend.
weekend.
Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ.
It's really honestly incredible the lack of fucks they give about this.
Yeah. No, that's fair, Lily. That's hopefully their launch for Power World is going to go well.
I
They
expect it's
deserve
going to
it
go.
after everything they've gone through.
I think it's incredible. Technically speaking, they did lose their settlement against Nintendo,
Yeah.
but they definitely won.
They definitely won because I mean, like that version of the game doesn't exist anymore.
No, so I guess we'll give some explaining on that one. So Power World has been in a long lawsuit with Nintendo ever since it came out, right?
Yes.
And that has been this long charade of fucking stupidity from Nintendo's lawyers and everything. It's absurd the shit they pulled in this, right? Well, it finally came to a head, and the settlement has been made that Power World did in fact infringe upon Nintendo because of the initial release in the way that you were able to throw out monsters to summon them with your balls, and that in fact did go to Nintendo. The problem...
Yeah, I can't believe that, by the way.
Hold on.
That's like...
It's specifically just throwing the balls out there to release monsters. That is where the actual problem, that's the only thing that has been cited, was the infringing thing. Just that.
I mean, if they were squares, they were cubes, it wouldn't have been a problem because they're not balls.
Exactly. Little distinctions like that would have changed it, but because it was literally these spheres, these orbs that you're throwing out monsters in, it wouldn't work. Here's the hilarious thing with that. They patched that out of the game just as the lawsuit started, very early in their development, to the point that now you just kind of hold your hand out and like they summon onto the ground, something like this Digistruction thing. So it's now no longer been a problem. So they had to pay Nintendo for the duration of the time of the sales for when that was implemented, amounting to a total of like $40,000, $30,000 or $40,000. It cost Nintendo millions to do this lawsuit.
Get on the little man.
So while they lost, they totally won.
They totally won.
Yeah.
And there's nothing Nintendo can do about it. And I love that in response to all of this, too, Pocket Pair has been releasing their own versions of other Nintendo games that have been releasing under the Pokemon thing. From their own Pokopia to... there's something else... And then, of course, there's always the favorite. I don't know when it's going to release, but their dating sim game that they're going to be releasing. Yeah. It's just stoking the fires, of course, but legally, there's nothing Nintendo can do.
Yep. But yeah, to the Sony thing, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I made that entire short, edited it all in about half an hour, at like 4:30 to 5 to get it out at 5.
I see.
I've done all of the editing and everything like that. So I'm like, I need to actually do a video response. And basically I've turned around and said like, oh yeah, you know, everyone's going digital only. So I am now from the 1st of April 2027, I will not be doing digital distribution of my streams. I will be going to people's houses at their cost and streaming and giving them a show in their living room.
Yeah, that'll show them.
Completely on their dime. There will be no digital like redistribution of the shows given to them.
No, it will
So
be
it's only
theirs. Yep.
They could give stories to their kids and generations to come. More gaming news. Did you hear about the GTA debacle?
Which one?
The 6 and the fact that content is going in a single player game will be locked out unless you get the ultimate edition.
Yep.
For like $100 odd or
Yep.
£100 odd or whatever.
Same game that's also going digital only, and when you buy the game physically, you're not actually getting a physical disc. You're getting a fucking piece of cardboard with the code for you to redeem the game.
Yep. So completely killing the secondhand market. And we'll have an online monthly subscription for single player content.
Mm-hmm. It's awful.
Woo capitalism.
Woo late stage capitalism. Ouroboros. Any other fun news anybody want to talk about? They've been absolutely fun topics today.
Oh, I should baited a kid today. Well, a group of kids.
Okay.
So I walked over, and a kid went, "Oh, missed you play Fortnite,"
Snoo,
and
are
I
you
went, "Yeah,
okay?
bro, every day."
Snoo, you're going a little wall-eyed there. Snoo.
I think Snoop's asleep.
Snoo. Snoo. Look at their eyes. I'm gonna go.
I was literally just sitting here thinking, like, we haven't heard from Snoo in a while.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check on them. I'll be right back.
This happened like I've got deja vu to when this happened last time, and then Snoo was like, "I was just listening."
Hold on. Keep talking to them while I'm doing this.
So I was teaching, and a group of these kids were like, "Miss, you play Fortnite?" And I went, "Yeah, bro, every day." And they were like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be cranking them dubs." And then they were like, "Oh my god!" And they were like, "Miss, what rank are you?" And I was like, diamond." And they were like, "Oh, really? Diamond what?" And I went, "Dude, I'm making it up. I don't know anything about Fortnite." And they were like, "Oh, yes, are you playing CS:GO?" And I was like, "Yeah, totally. I'm totally playing CS:GO, thank you." No, not CS, Siege. They're like, "You playing are you playing Siege, miss?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro, I play Siege every day." I'm so good at Siege. And then they were like going on and on about it. And then I was like, "What do you think's more impressive? Someone who's good at Siege or someone who's good at Fortnite?" And they started having this debate about what game was more impressive if you were good at it. And then I went, "What other games do you think are impressive?" Because obviously I'm just feigning the idiot here, and they think I'm stupid. And I was like, "Oh, so they think I know nothing." And so they were talking about it all, and I was like, "I've heard about this game called Rocket League or something. Like, what's that?" And then like they were like trying to mansplain to me Rocket League. And then I was like, yeah, I just kept going on and on and on. So it was like gaslighting these kids. And then one kid sat there and he went, "Do you know what game's hard?" I went, "What game?" He went, "Apex Legends." And I was like, "Got him." Right. I was like, "I'm ready for this shit." And they were like, I was like, "So what's Apex?" And they were like, I'm playing absolute idiot here. They have no idea. And they were like, "It's a shooty game." I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's
They were like,
a shooty game.
that's what they said to me.
So
Right? It's a shooty game. And I went, "Oh, okay." And then they went, "It's a bit like a better version of Call of Duty." And I was in my head like, "No, it fucking is nothing like Call of Duty, but okay." I'm assuming they were talking about Warzone, but when we say Call of Duty, we associate that to the actual Call of Duty games, not to Warzone specifically. But I think in their youth, that's what they were referring to.
How would you describe Apex to someone who has no idea what Apex is at all?
The Hunger Games with guns. That's how I would describe it.
Fair. That's fair.
It's the Hunger Games, but there's guns.
I mean,
And so they were trying to mansplain Apex to me, and then I went, "Oh, wait, I think my brother's spoken about this game before." I went, "Is that the one with the character like Pathfinder or something like that?" And they're like, "Yeah, Pathfinder." I was like, "Yeah, that's all I know." And they were like, "Oh, well, there's something called Octane, and there's this character and this cat," and they started like trying to explain to me
Never let them know your next move.
Legends, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I went, "That sounds fun." I was like, "Do you guys like Apex?" And some of them were like, "No, it used to be good, but now it's shit." Someone else was like, "Oh, it's too hard." And this other kid was like, "Yeah, I don't mind playing Apex." And a part of me was just sitting there giggling, and I was like, "Heh heh heh."
You have
Um,
no idea who you're talking
Yeah,
to.
literally. I was like, these guys have no idea. Like, truly, if it came out at school that all of this got revealed at school, I honestly think my students would feel bamboozled. I think they would feel so absolutely had on.
You would be
They
the
would be
talk of
like,
the school for a
That-
it would
that-
be,
month.
yeah. It would be moments like this where they'd think back to it and go, "Fuck, do you remember that time in science when Miss was talking to us?" Like, they would absolutely lose their shit. And I loved that. I loved that. for me.
I think they would not believe that it's you, that
No,
you
not a
have
chance.
a twin sister who sounds and looks you
They-
sound and look identical. You are the
I
same, except
honestly-
one is just their boring teacher, the other is some cool girl playing games on the internet.
Honestly,
Snoo, are
I
you okay?
genuinely don't know what they do.
Yeah, I was messaging someone.
I see.
I'm
It
not
looks
falling asleep again, I promise.
your VTuber looked like you were dozing off.
No, I was messaging someone.
Did they tell you what you were doing while you were eeping?
No.
Your head was off to the side and your eyes were just like lazily, one would open, one would close, one would open, one would close.
Oh no.
So we're like, Snoo, are you okay?
Yeah.
Snoo, and you weren't responding. So I had to go check on you.
Because I think it was about like 10 minutes we hadn't heard anything from you.
Mm-hmm.
Shin, to answer your question, Battle Royale, you know, the entire
Well,
genre that game
I'd
is.
say
after
Battle
the
Royale,
film.
but if people didn't know what Battle Royale is, then I couldn't use that.
Well, I was the
Now, I
the
know what
film.
Battle Royale is. Well, yes. Battle Royale, yeah, the actual Battle Royale.
Shin, I want you to show me a motherfucker who doesn't know what the goddamn Hunger Games is, and I'm gonna show you someone who's been in a coma.
I truly like, yeah.
I've never seen or read the books.
I wasn't
I
like
know
Well, you
the
trying.
know
general
about it.
premise. I know the
I
general
wasn't
premise.
trying to like get them to Apex, but I wanted to see if it was like in their world. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
how prevalent is that in their scope of things? Just to know how at risk I was. And they weren't really giving anything away. And so I was like, "Oh, they're not gonna give it. Like, they're not gonna give it." And then all of a sudden, he said it, and I was like, my head turned. And I was like, "I've got him. Like, I've got this. I know what to do now." And I like,
How much would you have been shitting your pants if they would have been like, "Yeah, I like to watch this one streamer who plays Apex."
I would have been like, "Oh, who? What's a streamer?"
This lady, then like I
I've
am
done that
Trinky.
before.
It's not like I was gonna say. It's not like you've not gaslit your students before with that line.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I was gonna say my form before. There's a couple of kids in my form that stream, and they've adamantly been like talking about streaming and playing games and stuff, and I've been like, "Oh, what's Twitch?" And they've like explained it to me, and I was like, "Oh." And I was like, "So how does live streaming work?" And they're like trying to explain it to me, and they were talking about being like affiliate, and I was like, "Oh, what's an affiliate? Like, how does that work? How do you earn money on streaming?" And then they like explain it to me, and then I'm like, "Oh, so how do you become an affiliate?" And then they're telling me all this stuff like I don't know, and I haven't done it all myself.
Uh-huh.
I just like the whole thing is really funny to me because they truly look at me, and they truly do not believe that I have any concept of any of it. Like, they genuinely think I'm dumb, and I love it. Like,
I would
I
not.
love it.
Be able to get away with it because I would be laughing like a fucking asshole asking those questions.
I can
I
I
can get
can
away with it.
deadpan so hard. But the thing is, I'm so sarcastic in general. Like, that when kids go to me, they're like, "Oh, miss, you playing Fortnite tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man." And I crank them 90s every night. They genuinely think I'm so cool because they're like, "How does Miss know this? And why is she saying it so deadpan?" Like they think I'm just so sarky. So when they start talking about things and I'm like, "Oh, what's that?" They genuinely think I'm serious. I'm like, they
Yeah,
can't
like
tell.
that's the thing is like they kids are automatically assuming that adults are adults. They
Why
don't
would they
play
lie? Why would they ever
games.
lie? Why would they ever
But it's
lie?
not so much.
I
It's not so much lie. Is that they're boring. They don't play games. They're not like us.
Yeah.
They don't have social lives. They are just boring old Miss or Mister at work. You know, it's.
When they go home, they sit on the couch and they power down like an animatronic, and then they wake up and
I don't
come
think
to.
I
they
had
go
a
home, they sit down,
It,
and they're grading papers. That's all the teachers do when they're
oh,
out of the office is they grade papers.
I had
there is a non-zero amount of students who genuinely think that like the teachers will just power
oh
down
yeah.
and then show up the next day.
I had a I don't know what this kid was doing the other day, and I think he was testing me, but I don't think or he wasn't, and he genuine like the kids then genuinely thought I was amazing. I thought it was a test, but I wasn't sure. And I was sat there marking, and I was teaching this lesson, and I said something, and I stopped talking, and then this kid just sat there and went, "To be fair though," and I sat there and went, and I looked at him and went, "Be fair though, what?" And it's a Sidemen reference from the Sidemen videos. And I sat there and I answered it with the correct words back at me. And all the boys in the class just looked up from their books at me and looked at me, were like, "Oh my god, she clocked it." They were like, "She got it. She referenced it. She did the reference." And I just looked at them all and they were like, and the kid was like, "You got the reference." And I was like, "Yes, I did." And he was like, "Oh my god." And I was like, they just looked at me with such joy that I actually clocked it. Bear in mind, it's probably more a generation meme for me than it is for them. I was
Yeah,
like, yeah. It's just so funny though. They just genuinely have no concept that I have a life. Or like I might like when they find out I have a TikTok account, they're like, "What the hell? Why are you on TikTok?" I'm like, "I'm not old." I'm like, "I'm not." It's like,
yeah.
I don't know what do you think I do? Like,
Even then, there's old people on TikTok.
yeah, my
Like
grandma
Yeah.
is.
it's being recognized as like, oh, that's the hip new app that like everyone is doing shit on after,
That's the new
Elon and
Facebook.
shitified Twitter to fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so funny to me that it's surprised, like it genuinely shocks them. I'm like, why are you so surprised that like I know things? But yeah,
You're not
love it.
supposed to know things. You're supposed to be unk.
Yeah, I know. I said that to a kid the other day. They were like, "What slang do you know?" And I went, "Unk." And he just looked at me and he went, "Oh."
Mox, every time your VTuber just like opens his mouth, you look like you're so full of like joy and whimsy.
Yeah, it's every time I blink, there's a chance I just open my mouth for some reason. I don't understand it. I've been trying to like
See,
figure it out. I've been
weird.
moving my head and stuff like that, and it's been just.
You've got
See,
I
did you
feel
see
like
it?
there's just something with your expressions.
I will figure it out at some point. I've been a PNG tuber all month, mainly because it's just been a little bit easier and less resource heavy.
Yeah.
I thought it was more if your headset is too loud, the mic is picking up reverberations, and that's what's causing the V2 to
No, it's my blinking.
move its mouth.
It's my blinking.
Well, quite clearly, your eyes are connected to your mouth.
Oh yeah. The eye bone's connected to the mouth bone.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my god, no! Because you know what's so funny? I just loaded up Twitter, and my favorite Apex team, as of 3 hours ago, put, "In response to recent trends in the gaming industry, as of today, we're going fully digital, effective immediately. We're no longer delivering L's in physical form."
There you go. Now you're caught up in all of the drama now. Yay!
All defeats, if any, will be distributed exclusively online. We are additionally working on digitizing our roster entirely. Unfortunately, our
my
players'
God.
connections keep dropping out during the process, but we're working on it. We apologise for any inconvenience.
Oh, I just remembered. I'm supposed to throw this motherfucker under the bus.
Oh God.
I just remembered
Why-
that.
Why am I being thrown into the bus?
Not you.
Me?
Okay.
Snoo.
That's
Oh, okay.
oh.
Yeah.
What?
Run,
So,
Snoo, run!
so,
to a bus
so, so,
That's the stop then.
there was a particularly rough day at work. We came home. We made some food. We're sitting down. We're trying to figure out something to watch while we're eating dinner. And Snoo goes, "Oh, hey, I found I was up at this point on my watch later of this
Oh
fan
right.
film
Oh right.
that the
Oh, that's right. Oh,
yeah
that's right.
this
Oh,
fan film that I had to say no you quiet. I have the talking stick. um
You
and
say
it's a
canned or banned?
it is a fan film. It is
Fan-made.
a
Oh,
fan
okay.
made
I was
Silent
completely wrong here.
Hill 2 fan film. And
like
so sit
10
down. It's
minutes
like
long or
yeah, it's like
something?
10 minutes or so. We load it up, we sit down and we're watching, and it's all like shot basically on this guy's like in this guy's house and on his street, which it's fine. It's a free video on YouTube that somebody made out of some passion and stuff like that. I'm not going to like criticize it super hard. There are complaints I have with it, but it's not like I'm going to hold it to it because, people have to start somewhere, and it's not like this person has a pedigree in filmmaking or anything like that.
Like the set and costume design and even the actor choice really wasn't that bad.
No, the characters looked like the characters. They all dressed like themselves. They had a pretty cool pyramid head costume and stuff like that. His great knife wasn't great, but I'm not gonna because that's hard to do. We get through it. We get to the end. There's not really much to say, and the credits start rolling. And then it starts to get to the end, and it's like, well, maybe we'll see if there's like an after credits thing, because there's still like a couple minutes in this thing. A typewriter starts typing. And then it pulls
Alan
back
Wake.
to a man sitting at a fucking desk at a typewriter saying, James Sunderland walked into Silent Hill unbeknownst to the horrors that awaited him. And it was actually fucking Alan Wake. And I stared at them. I fucking stared. And Snoo looks at me and they like curl up into their chair like, I didn't know about that. I didn't know. Just, you think you're so fucking funny, huh? You think you're so funny.
I genuinely didn't
Funniest
know.
man on the internet.
Because so I had found out about the fan film because I saw a trailer for it on my TikTok, and I was like, "Oh, that's neat. I like Silent Hill. Mox likes Silent Hill, so I'm gonna put this in my watch later, and I'll check it out later." And by the time it like came around in my watch later, is when we were getting ready to like sit down for dinner, and I was like, "Hey, how about we watch this? Because it's not that long, and we like Silent Hill, and maybe this fan film will be good." And like, we didn't like it per se, but I don't think it would be fair to say we fully disliked it.
No.
And then it starts doing the Alan Wake thing, and I'm just like, oh, I really know how to fucking pick them.
The craziest thing was it had another credit sequence and then another after credit sequence after that of the UFO ending.
Yeah, that one was pretty funny.
um
I'm assuming it was kind of the same vibes. I mean, I'm not sure if you had seen them, but the live action SCP videos that were done.
I've seen some of those.
I'm assuming it was probably something along those lines.
It was in that same vein of things. Out of curiosity, do you two know what the UFO endings are?
What do you
I
think?
know.
Mark?
I know.
So I know
you,
that
but I know.
Silent Hill 2 has a number of endings.
Yes.
Dependent upon choices that you make during the story, right?
That
Because
is
I know that
correct.
obviously there is the one like hugely meme ending of like it's a fucking corgi
The dog ending.
controlling everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chiba controlling everything.
If you don't know what we're
It's a
talking
Shiba,
about, I am going to send you a thing with these endings because you're not gonna fucking believe that these come from one of the scariest games ever made. They're that tonally different. But Silent Hill does have joke endings. And the first one that was ever made was a UFO ending where the protagonist of the first game uh, discovers that the town apparently was cursing aliens, and the aliens came down to deal with it, and then he teams up with the aliens to destroy Silent Hill. And then Silent Hill 2 has aliens show up, say hi to James, and then tase him and then kidnap him to their mothership. And then Silent Hill 3 is a direct continuation where Heather finds her dad not dead in his apartment, and it's just like, Dad, you're never gonna believe it, but bad and spooky scary things are happening to me. I think it's tied to Silent Hill. And he gets so mad with his alien friends that he shows off his kung fu skills and like kung fu kicks a board in half held by an alien. And James Sunderland is hiding behind a curtain for the entire time because he doesn't want to get tased again. It's absurd. It's fucking absurd. And most of the games have this. You can beat, actually, most speedrunners use the UFO ending for Homecoming because it starts halfway through the fucking game where your characters get knocked out by the cult you're dealing with, taken to a prison, and if you fulfill the requirements, which you can do on a new save for some fucking reason, if you step out of the prison after doing it, you get abducted by aliens, and the sheriff who's with you goes, I knew it, aliens, and he pumps his shotgun. That's the ending of that. It's fucking absurd. Dude, they are so fucking stupid. There is...
I think one of the funniest...
yeah. I was gonna say, there's the... Downpour doesn't have a UFO ending. No, what it has instead is the fucking birthday ending, where you try to escape this prison your character's stuck in through a fucking sewage pipe, and you come out the end and you're in the cafeteria of the prison you're in, and every character from that game and other games, the other protagonists are all there, and Pyramid's head there, and they wish you happy birthday, and he steps forward like, wow, you guys didn't need to put this together for me. And then fucking Pyramid Head brings his greatsword on the cake and explodes the table, and everyone laughs. And that's the birthday ending.
You talking about the speedrun just reminds me of the ridiculous duo game speedrun for Silent Hill.
Duo games?
You not heard of that?
No.
There's a speedrun category where I think it's involves Homecoming and another one of the games that basically is that you play through what you speedrun one of the games, and then during the unskippable cutscenes in this game, you play the other game.
I wonder if it's the PSP one, because those two are connected.
Let me double check.
And they're connected in the silliest way, in that the protagonist of the PSP game is the one who picks up the protagonist of Homecoming on the road and is the truck driver who drops him off at the place. Almost basically, literally, after he had finished his own Silent Hill adventure. You can't health check us on this. There were no redeems during the podcast.
Well, I think we still need to get hydrated.
No. I cast EP upon you.
You can't say no redeems if the redeems are still redeemable.
I have to disable them entirely to do that. I just don't want to bother.
Well, false advertising.
Beepus.
Lawsuit.
Beepus.
Peepasuit.
I am putting a frog into James's forest. 2 frogs now.
He doesn't have a forest.
Well, he does now. And there are frogs in there.
He doesn't even know what the fuck is going on at any given moment in time.
Well, whoa, frogs be upon ye.
No, take those frogs, put them in fucking Halamath's mansion.
No.
Yeah.
8 frogs now.
Going right into the mansion.
16 frogs.
In the mansion.
32 frogs. 64
In the
frogs.
mansion.
128
Double it, pass it to
frogs.
the next person.
256.
Double it and pass it to the next person.
Okay, Trinky, you get 256 frogs.
Yeah, so
I mean,
it's
I take that.
um, yeah, there's a viral community crafted challenge run. You beat Silent Hill Homecoming while only playing it during the unskippable cutscenes of Silent Hill Downpour.
Homecoming's the second one. I don't know why it dawned on me of, because Downpour's unskippable cutscene. Downpour is one of the worst Silent Hill games. And you can tell that when you start the game because the main theme for that game was created by the fucking metal band Korn. That's not a joke. They have a whole Silent Hill song. It is a whole Silent Hill song they've made in their style, and it's not appropriate for what Silent Hill is at all.
No, of course not. They likely approach like, "Hey, can you make this for and just given the name of the game?"
Yeah, it was star power is what they were trying to get from it. Look at that! It's Korn. Yeah, they made a song for it. Yeah.
I like Korn.
I like Korn. I think it's a pretty good band. I think they have some bits.
Song.
Nothing quite. The only bit of it that's even slightly appropriate is where they do their thing where it gets really quiet in the middle of the song and they start doing a nursery rhyme thing. Close my eyes and go to sleep. It's always there. I start to weep. And they just say that over and over again. And then they go back to dun, dun, dun. From a series that is known for having sort of jazz punk music. No. No. Industrial jazz punk. I think that's probably a good way to describe it. So I want to start maybe the recommendations because I have a feeling we all had a similar experience.
Well, I don't know.
No, I think we did.
Okay.
Because
that we all just did shit this month?
Yeah.
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 And I feel bad because this was our attempt at doing not each other's.
No.
And I feel almost worse because of it.
Fan submitted.
I
actually almost feel worse because of that.
I have a confession, and I don't know. I know Ronzi can join me in this one, and I imagine Trinky can. We did not watch Shin's recommendation. What is it called?
Space Race.
For all
mankind. However,
I really wish I did. I would like to have. I will add.
I didn't.
I just ran out of time.
I did not do nothing. I did not watch it because we were physically incapable of watching it, but I did find a synopsis of it and watched that. So I don't believe I got the full experience, but I have at least an idea of the things. I also sent that synopsis to Karanzi to help.
Yeah.
So I have something, but I cannot say I watched it because I didn't. Not from lack of trying, not from lack of interest. We were just incapable of actually watching it. Exactly. It's stuck to Apple TV, and none of us have Apple TV.
Yeah.
Which is...
And trying to pirate live action media is, for some reason, way more difficult than animated media. I don't know why.
So the idea behind it is an alternate version of the space race of the Cold War between Russia and America. It is Russia basically gets out there first, which wasn't that different.
To the moon first.
Yeah, they got to the moon first. That was the big change in history, and I believe they also had the first female astronaut up there.
Yeah.
Yes.
First person on the moon was a woman, and they were Russian.
Yep, and so the entire thing definitely has a sort of girl power energy to it.
But not in a fun way.
Not in a fun way.
In a way of like,
oh yeah,
in
a way of like, this is just tokenism.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the synopsis they had like one of the character was lesbian and she just couldn't be out.
Yeah, and she couldn't be out about it because of the time, and it's just like, cool. You're literally just doing tokenism. That's
The
literally all
NCU
you're
rocket-
doing.
no oversized firework in that reality. So America decides that they're gonna basically fight fire with fire. So they basically assemble their own all-female astronaut team with a lead for the actual space center down on the planet, who's going to be in charge of monitoring it. It's not all women who go into space, but it is led by a woman. I think there's 2 women who go into space. And there's also 2 guys, and one of the guys, once they get up there, starts having a fucking mental breakdown up there on the moon, because they end up establishing this sort of
Somehow.
they establish this sort of like
Like a permanent
building.
moon base.
Yeah, permanent moon base that they
put
call
them. I think the first team that they sent
Jamestown.
up was all women.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
when they put
they
Jamestown
sent up
down was a
all women.
2-man, 2-woman.
No, it was just 2 men and a woman.
No, there was two women there, because one of them
there was
ended
2
up
women.
breaking their arm so that they could get the guy who was losing his shit back onto the planet.
It was you're right. It was 2 men, 1 woman. Whenever they put.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Jamestown down.
Because
she broke her arm. You're not wrong.
yeah, and then she gets because of her injury, basically sort of extracted. And they leave one guy stranded on the moon, basically.
Which, like, before we carry on, I just want to point out that guy having a mental breakdown while on the fucking moon base makes no goddamn sense, given the kind of fucking tests they would have been doing for astronauts to make sure they were sound of mind to do these kind of fucking missions. That makes no goddamn sense. And also, I still don't know how the fuck she broke her arm.
I don't know how she
Whatever.
broke her arm.
The way that she broke it, yeah, as well. I'm like, ugh. But the reason why he ended up having the mental breakdown was because the ship that was meant to go up to bring them home blew up at launch. So that's what caused him to have that mental break.
Yeah, but also,
believe.
like, there's no way that, they would have just left them up there to fucking die.
Well, they didn't have a plan, because obviously after a catastrophic failure like that, they would have had to have reviewed the entire thing, so that they would not have planned to send another rocket up until they knew what caused that failure.
But they also had the means of getting the 2 back, is my concern.
Yes, because they eventually, because after she broke her arm, they sent someone up there.
And then someone else is up there, and they missed their target, and so they're floating over the moon. And so the one guy who's stuck up there in Jamestown has to get up there and basically save them. And then they sort of swap places, and she gets stuck on Jamestown. He goes back to the planet, and she's the only one who's stuck up there. And she sends a transmission. She's also the gay one. And she doesn't have it in her to confess her feelings to the person that she cares about while up there, for fear of scrutiny and the end of her career still, while she's up on the moon where no one can do anything to her.
And then she digs up some ice.
And then she digs up some ice, and they find moon ice.
Yep. The guy that was left there as well.
Oh,
had
yeah.
tragedy
Yeah.
while he was there.
Yeah, there was an accident, and his wife had to deal with their son, I think it was, who was horrifically injured, and she basically had to pull the plug on him, so he died, and then he had to be given the news up on the moon.
The way that was portrayed as well, it was it didn't just like the doctors do it. She went in and made that decision herself.
She like closed the blinds to do and kill it.
Fucking wild. And I'm like, what?
The thing I was keep laughing to myself, I was laughing, yes, at this tragedy, was her name was fucking Karen.
As always, Karen.
Talk to me. Don't fucking talk to me. I missed that somehow. Don't fucking talk to me.
Her name was Karen, and she had a green jacket too, by the way.
Leave me alone! Shut up! Fuck you! Oh my god, how did I not notice that?
I don't know how you did. I was looking at you. And you didn't fucking acknowledge it.
I didn't I didn't care. I didn't care about anything in that synopsis. It was boring to me.
What? That's so
For
mean.
context,
I
for
think-
Karanzi and Shrinky, my first tabletop character is named Karen, and she wears a green jacket. It is so significant to her design, it has been called her lucky green jacket.
I have the physical Lucky Green jacket right behind me, actually.
Yeah, because I used to dress up for tabletops.
Does she also have the hairstyle?
She has brown hair and a ponytail, and she wears glasses.
Pretty similar, actually. I think
the,
about it.
gla- the glasses makes her stand out a bit at the very least. It sets her apart from the crowd.
She also lost her arm, but that's a different story.
That is a whole different can of worms that we're not going to get into because we don't
I
have the
think-
time.
No.
Something
One of these
I
days, I'll finish something about a comic, and I'll force you all to read it as my recommendation.
something about the For All Mankind from the synopsis that I kind of went, okay. Because obviously they're saying, oh, it's an alternate future and everything like that. They turned around and said, oh yeah, Watergate didn't happen.
Yeah, Watergate didn't happen, despite the fact that Watergate had nothing to fucking do with the space shit.
Oh,
I'm
we
like-
just love the president
You-
so
you-
much. That didn't
I'm like-
happen.
I'm sitting there thinking like, so okay, we're saying, oh, this is an alternate future, so we got to prove that it's an alternate future. Watergate didn't happen. It's
As
like,
opposed to all the other shit that they were doing wrong, different. I almost said doing wrong. It's like, no, it's not wrong. It's just different. It's not interesting, but it's different.
To answer the question, because there was a question that was posed for us for while we were doing this, is how likely do you think this situation was to happen? I say, given the circumstances and given the scenario that was presented, it's not unthinkable to think that these would have been the decisions that were made to cause these sort of changes within it. I don't personally believe that it would have played out in the way that it did, but I could see things being aligned to create the scenario.
So, like,
Shin.
my
Sorry,
go ahead.
I was just going to answer Shin's question quickly. So I've sent it to you, Shin. What I will say is this was quite literally a synopsis recap for season 2. So it's everything that what the cast deems you most important for you to know going into, or to remind you of going into season 2 of the show.
Yeah, so it wasn't made by the people who made the show.
It was an official synopsis, is what we watched. And how realistic it is, personally, I think the only realistic idea is like, oh, what if Russia got there first, and then America would have been trying to over fucking compensate, because you can't let Russia outdo us at all. That can't be possible. But given the time period, I do not believe that they would have made the first person on the moon a woman. Quite simply, they would not have done that in America. They would not have done that in Russia. Women were not necessarily put in important roles like that, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So that part I don't really believe, and that's purely just tokenism for the sake of the show. And also, like, they were throwing a lot of shit into space, and that's super fucking expensive.
Oh, us.
Yeah.
And on top of the shit that got blown up.
Karate, do you want to send that synopsis also to Trinky?
Sure.
Yeah.
Trinky.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes.
That's me.
What I would say is because they mentioned it in the synopsis that the Cold War carried on.
Mhm.
In my mind, if the Cold War is carrying on, it's not going to turn into a space race.
No,
If in my mind, if they're turning around and saying the Cold War carries on and got hotter, it turns into nuclear war.
literally.
That's a pretty
Like
hot Cold War.
It turns from a Cold War into a hot war. Like having studied the Cold War for my history for my history classes when I was in school, like it went to the cusp of a hot war a number of times.
Like, we're talking entire societies on the edge of their fucking seats all hours of the fucking day thinking that like it might be the end times, and you just have to carry on with living your life through that stress. I wonder what other time would be familiar with this.
Hey, you know what's a good way to break up all this stress here? Let's talk about something a little more lighthearted. Pokewilds.
Wilds.
Who here played Pokewilds? I know I did.
I had
I gave it
one
a whirl.
session of it, but I am intending on playing more in my own time.
I did not play any.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, I enjoyed the concept of it. I think it would work better. I think it works definitely better as it's intended, of it being a multiplayer experience. Not to say that it's not a good single.
It's multiplayer,
Not a good single player. Yeah, it's multiplayer.
I would also like to add I wasn't at my PC for like 2.5, 3 weeks. This is why I didn't get to this.
That's
You were very busy and you were melting, so like none of us are
Yeah.
blaming you. So you're fine.
Yeah.
Pokewilds is basically a ROM hack sort of thing of Pokemon Crystal, I think it was. But they also put in a bunch of things from Pokemon of later series that had their own sprites and stuff like that put into it. The idea is that you generate a world, you create your name, you get to choose from a series of different pixel versions of the protagonists throughout the series, and then you choose the size of the world you want to live on, and then you're cast out into somewhere in that generated world with a Machop, and you have to survive in the Pokemon style while gathering resources and building things and crafting using Pokemon abilities that are added for this or in different contexts of what they are from the game mostly.
I think it was just styled after Gen 2 in general, not one.
No, it was
specific.
it was
It wasn't specific with
was it
Crystal?
Atmisk?
Yeah, it was
I think
Atmos.
Atmisk said yesterday.
Yeah,
Right?
it was
was
Atmos.
ROM
It was
hack of Crystal.
ROM hack of Crystal.
Okay. Yeah.
So
But
it
it has
because it
Pokemon
has the
up to like
ability.
Sun and Moon involved
Yeah.
into it.
And has the ability for you to add your own in on top of that.
That's
We're
crazy.
talking about Pokewilds
We're talking about Pokewilds.
and what it was based off of.
Pokewild.
So you have a Machop that starts with you, and because Machop basically gives you the ability to actually properly build things. If you collect grass Pokemon, you get the ability for cut, and you can cut things like grass and trees. And once you evolve them, you can cut down big trees and get the resources from that. If you get a ground type Pokemon, you can dig holes in things. Water Pokemon let you surf. Flying Pokemon let you fly. Fighting types can build. Fire types actually create a light that protects you from the darkness and things like ghosts and stuff like that, because there are events at night that you can be attacked by ghosts and such.
There's a random chance for a ghost to show up and they will chase you and attack you.
And when you build a house, you
can
actually have to...
steal eggs.
Man, this shit sounds so fun. I'm so annoyed I didn't get to
It
it.
is. It is genuinely really fun. I think you would still have fun
is.
if you played it.
Sounds so fun.
You can also encounter
I-
Pokemon on the world that you can talk to that are friendly, and they'll just join you, and you don't have to worry about catching them. But you can also plant seeds to grow trees to get the what the fuck are
The
they
berries.
called? The berries that let you craft Pokeballs that you can then go and properly catch Pokemon. The levels of Pokemon vary from lower levels to higher levels, and the more dangerous ones are often aggressive and will run your ass down.
Not to overcorrect you, but the berries are just items that you can use. Apricorns are what you use to make Pokeballs.
I
and you
asked
get
about
apricorns
the
from
thing to make
trees.
the balls over here. You said the berries.
Well, you can plant the berries, the berry bushes, but I don't know if you can plant trees.
You can plant trees.
Well,
You
I
can
didn't know that.
You can grow them.
And
That's
also
how I got
for the
mine.
Pokemon that are friendly that will just join your party. According to Angel, that's like first stage of Pokemon, like not evolved Pokemon, but generally evolved Pokemon are not friendly and will attack at you if you scare them.
And mentioned before, there
Or
are
if you steal the eggs.
there are eggs that you can find that
all
are
of them will
protected by the
fucking-
parents, and if you take the egg, the parents will get pissed and they will run your ass down. And even if you die or escape, they're still aggressive, and if you see them, they will go and try and kill you, which is really
Oh,
funny
no.
when you're swimming or across like a river and they can't get to you, but they're pissed off and you can see they're mad and they're trying to kill you. It's kind of funny. So I don't like Pokemon. I think that, like Ronzi said, it's a very cool concept, and for people who do enjoy Pokemon, it's a cool thing. But for my time with it, I was very bored. I was very, very bored.
You also had like bad luck, if I
I
remember
did have
correctly.
very bad luck where it was constantly a bunch of Pokemon that were beating the shit out of me, and I never could get a grass Pokemon to help me actually
like-
start doing crafting.
It was like an hour and a half to 2 hours before you got a grass type, I think.
Yep. Before I could actually start playing the game. And that was bad RNG. That's not really the game's fault. That was just me having
No.
really bad luck. I don't think it's bad. It's definitely not for me, and I unfortunately did not enjoy my time with it.
I had fun.
As it, I enjoyed it. I think it would be more enjoyable with more people. That's my personal take.
I had no idea it was even multiplayer. If I had known it was multiplayer, that would be awesome to play with someone else. I had so much fun. I literally went like an hour and a half past my normal end time for stream because I was having fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When it was recommended, I kind of knew. I was like, oh, goody. I'm not going to have a good time with this, am I? And yeah. I went into it trying to be open-minded, but nah.
That was Pokewatts.
I think then we'll go on to Hunter x Hunter. Who watched Hunter x Hunter episodes 1 through 21?
Yes.
I thought it was 1 through 24.
No,
but
1 through
either
No,
way,
21.
I didn't
I-
watch it.
Whatever the
didn't
first
get-
arc was.
I didn't get all the way through. Give me a moment. I can like how far I got. Nope. That one is I got to 13, so I got over halfway. I mean,
I definitely can see why this would have been a very influential story on a bunch of like modern shonen stuff. I had fun with it. It's not my favorite, but I had fun with it. What the fuck was his name? The 17-year-old who everyone keeps thinking is like in his 30s. I like him.
The Doctor Man with the
Dr.
suitcase.
yeah,
Man.
the one. Yeah, it
Yeah.
Iorio.
definitely had the trappings of the happy-go-lucky, everything will work out if we're all friends kind of shonen show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have gotten further in there, Ronzi.
I know that it gets bad and dark.
Apparently, according to everyone who gives a shit about Hunter x Hunter, when I had mentioned that, like, yeah, I've seen the first arc so far, it's like, oh man, it gets way better after the first arc. And I'm just like, yeah, I bet.
I feel like that's everyone
Yeah.
with every anime, though.
The problem with the first thing is it always needs to establish what the game of the show is, like what's its rules, who are the people, who's important, who's not important, how do you go up in this, and why does the protagonist want to do what they're doing, and what does it look like to be good and what does it look like to be bad within it. Every shonen kind of has to go through that. You see it in and everything, all right? So like even taking the one that we been doing the most over here with One Piece, okay? Luffy wants to be the Pirate King. What does it look like to be a pirate? What does it look like to be a bad pirate? Why does he want to be it? What's the deal with him? What's up with this fruit? What's up with the regular people who don't have it? And it all kind of gets established throughout that first arc. It kind of keeps building on itself, sure, but you get itself established but a lot of it is we're going to sit down, you're going to be taught this, and all shonen kind of has to go through that. Most shows do in general, but shonen in particular really has to go through it.
Yeah, there was just a lot of things that I say I was enjoying what I was seeing. I think it would take some time to actually for it to properly pick up and be one that you can't really put down. But there's just so much about the opening intro that was so annoying.
I do definitely feel that they kind of like fuck around a little bit with the pacing of this first arc. I don't know if that gets better over time. I would assume and hope that the pacing gets a little bit better. But this entire time, Mox and I were kind of sitting there just being like, man, why are there so many fucking steps to this hunter exam?
It just kept going, and it, to me, I understand that they're trying to like
make it seem like, you know, becoming a hunter is really, really difficult to do, and why it's like, oh, it's actually pretty
dangerous.
significant. It's pretty significant that these rookies, the first time taking their exam, managed to pass becoming hunters.
I was keeping
Yeah.
in mind that everybody who is a hunter has passed a similar exam. It changes, but they have the credentials to do it. They can get through everything that everybody's going through, right? And like,
Do you want to explain the premise of this for me?
okay, so
Sure.
the idea is that they're following the protagonist, Gon. Gon is the son of a very, very famous hunter, and he wants to go and find his dad, who was this hunter, out in the world and become a hunter himself in order to do so. He uses a fishing pole as his primary thing and his wits. He has very good senses from smell and sight and things like that. And immediately he picks up two companions, one named Killua, and the other is the Doctor Man Roll or something.
Not Killua.
Not
Killua
Killua?
comes in later.
No, I thought. No, it is Killua was the other one. It's what I don't remember people's names. It's difficult. I struggle with this because I fucking hated almost all the characters. If I'm being honest, I shonen is not for me. Shonen has never been for me, and I know a lot of shonen things. I didn't experience shonen because I wanted to. It's because that's all we fucking had back in the day. And
Kurapika.
Kurapika, yeah. And
Leorio.
I played most shonen. I didn't watch most shonen. I've experienced the entirety of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z through the video games before I ever really watched the show. That's to give some premise on probably why I don't quite jive with a lot of these things. Is shonen is not for me, and the shonen I do enjoy is the very strange or bizarre ones. JoJo being one of the biggest ones, because that is shonen, but it's not. Back to Hunter x Hunter. The Hunter
So
exam begins
he
immediately,
meets Kurapika and Leorio.
and
And they're
Leorio.
on a boat.
And they're on the boat, and the hunter exam has basically begun from the boat to see who's actually cut out for doing it. Most of the people on the boat who are also trying to join the hunter thing are kicked out, except for these three. They have to go and make their way to the hunter exam, which ends up being like two different adventures of them getting quizzed and then having to deal with a kidnapping that wasn't a real, it was like a stage thing, before they finally arrive at the actual grounds of a underground tunnel that everybody has to basically make their way through, following one guy up ahead who increases the pace, and they end up running for like what, several hours, like 10 hours or something like that.
Something like that. They run a fucking marathon essentially in this
No,
underground
it's
tunnel.
it was more than a marathon. I thought it was like at least, I think it was like closer to 24.
They weren't there for a day, but it was definitely something like half a day.
It was a long ass time.
It was an absurd amount of time to just suddenly like start running for so fucking long.
Yeah, trying to imagine running for 10 hours. Every hunter who has passed this exam has the ability to almost full sprint for 10 hours. Then they have to make their way to the next hunter exam thing, which involves them going through a misty field with a bunch of monsters that do kill a bunch of the people. Where I think the clown character makes his big dramatic
Hisoka.
makes their big appearance of being scary. He almost kills the hunter examiner, but the hunter examiner doesn't die. And he also does start bodying a bunch of the contestants.
Yeah, like he took the hunter exam the last time, which was three years ago. I think it's every 3 years they do a hunter's
No,
exam.
every
yeah,
year.
every 3 years.
I thought it was every year.
Oh, it
No,
is every year.
No, the show gets it. The show contradicts itself. They can't make up their mind whether it's every year or every 3 years. Like they say it both in the show. I think they eventually just settle it's done every year. But originally it was every at the start of it was every 3 years.
Yeah.
Then once they do get through that,
But yeah, he kills. He killed an examiner in the last hunter exam, so he was disqualified.
Yeah.
They get to the next thing, which is a cooking challenge, and everyone initially fails it because no one actually started cooking. I was pissed off at that. I actually was agreeing with the examiner there. I was just like, no, fuck everybody. What are you doing? You had to go and kill a pig, and then you needed to cook the pig, and everyone did the same fucking thing of unseasoned spit roast. That's it. And it's like, yeah, of course nobody's gonna fucking pass. That's gross. It's unseasoned, probably not even fully cooked goddamn meat. What in the fuck are you guys doing? And then everyone properly got to make food by collecting an egg from bungee jumping into like a spider hawk nest, which are combination spider eagle. Yeah, spider birds.
Yeah, so there are like combination animals and whatnot, and it's like it's never directly defined on what a hunter is. I am assuming
No, it's not.
A hunter is just like you're hunting for whatever the fuck kind of hunter you want to be. So it's like we have these gourmet hunters who are doing this test in particular. You have like bounty hunters, you have like treasure hunters, etc., etc.
Secret hunters.
I'm assuming that like a hunter is just you hunt things, and what
Yeah.
kind of hunter you are depends on what kind of things you want to be hunting.
We watched all the 21 episodes and the characters become hunters, and we couldn't tell you what a hunter actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming that's what a hunter is.
I think that's
No,
valid.
that pretty much, yeah. I mean, so a number of issues that I have. I agreed with what I assumed was his mother,
Yeah.
but isn't.
Oh no, not
His
his mom.
his aunt.
His aunt.
His aunt, yeah. So I agreed with her at the beginning, and like, no, don't just like all of the village was like, oh yeah, he can go and become a hunter. It's like, no, he's a fucking kid. What are you doing? She's the only
like
one who was
13.
against it.
He's like
12, I
12 or
think.
13.
12. And
He's
like,
still a child.
No, it's like, oh, it's
Wait, the main
This
character's
is the-
12?
Yeah, he's like a
Yeah,
12-year-old
12.
kid with a
12.
fishing pole.
Oh,
it gets
okay.
worse because I'm still confused. But either way, like she is against it, and then she acquiesces and is like, oh, okay, you can go because your dad went to become a hunter. His dad left him with her to go and become, and it's especially said in the show, to go and become a hunter at the age of 12.
Yeah, he was a child with a child.
He was a child
Oh.
with a child who left to
Oh.
go.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's not the case, that he was a hunter, had a child, came and left it with us so we can go off and continue being
that's
a
the thing.
hunter. It's not
That's what
explained.
I'm assuming is he took the hunter exam when he
As
was
a
12,
child, and then came back
went
and with
back,
the kid.
had his kid, and then left his kid to go actually be a hunter and not just have his license.
I'm hoping that's the kind of absent father we have here.
I want to believe that's the case. I want to
I
believe
want
that
to
it's
believe
not
that's the
a
case, and
child
not that
dad
someone got
situation.
with a 12-year-old.
It's not Alabama. Don't worry, Miss. At least we hope it's not. But like I said, he's left
No,
with the
it's
aunt.
not that. It's a question of
But
like,
it's
did
still-
the 12-year-old have a fucking child and then leave him?
Yeah. Yeah. To go and become a fucking hunter. so much is wrong with, and that in of itself. I'm like,
I think it's small
have
things like that
questions.
you want clarification on. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
as someone who's watching something, like the people who are writing it or whatever might not think that's a big thing to like dwell on. But as
Okay,
someone who watches it,
I
like they're the stuff that make or break stuff for me of like
I looked
how
it up.
immersed I
I
feel.
looked it up. I looked it up. His dad is 31.
Oh, okay.
okay. I feel better.
Okay. So
Still 19.
I have a
But
question for
that's
Still
okay.
had his
Yeah.
kid pretty young, but
Yeah.
what did you get to the tower part?
Yes, they had just finished. They just reached the bottom. Just.
Oh, cool. So you got to see the part that made me hate Leorio.
yeah.
Yes. As soon as
Yeah.
he said it, I'm
Yeah,
like, okay,
there's
now
no-
now
there's
I
no-
can
There's no
100%
fucking
see
redeeming him for that.
why.
I like Leorio. That made me straight
Let's
up start
explain this to
disliking
Trinky
him.
because they don't have a context. So part of this
Yep.
exam after they do the food thing is they get the people who pass that get basically flown on a blimp to the top of this tower. And they are basically dropped off the top of it is this massive fucking tower, and it's fucking huge, and they have to get to the bottom of it within like 3 days, I think the time limit was.
Yeah, 72 hours.
And
72
one
hours.
person tries to like climb and scale down the side of it and immediately gets swept up by a bunch of bird monsters and eaten. And everyone's like, okay, we're not fucking doing that. And then ends up being that there are these little panels on the top that everyone can go down, and our protagonists happen to hit the one that requires them to have like 5 people to progress, and this fucker who's intentionally sabotaging things ends up joining them. This guy sucks. He's awful. He doesn't even get his just desserts later. It's upsetting. Anyway, so they get there. And they get into a trial where they have to deal with these criminals, and it's sort of a one-on-one deal, and they make a bet. The bet is time, basically. If the criminals can waste enough time, their sentence for their thing will go down. And you naturally don't want to run out of time because you'll be disqualified if you don't. So, things commence. They lose the first round because what's his face shows up and just immediately surrenders. Which was probably for the best because he would have been tortured to death, which would have been better, honestly. But whatever. The second one involves this dude with a tattoo tied to Kurapika's trauma.
It's this dude who was like a con man or something,
Uh-huh.
and he like faked being part of this like super dangerous gang, and
Phantom
this
Troop.
super dangerous gang had to do with Kurapika's clan being effectively fucking like
Wiped out.
completely annihilated. So Kurapika gets fucking pissed at seeing that mark and immediately knows this guy is not part of this fucking clan because he would not be so brazen about this shit and just fucking knocks his fucking shit in and knocks him the fuck out.
And then it becomes this
effectively.
problem because he's still lying there, and this was a fight to the death sort of thing. So they needed to confirm if he was dead or not. But people weren't
Kurapika refused to kill him.
exactly. So Leorio ends up stepping up against a gambler, and they make bets for time, basically. They play a time game. And the first thing that they end up dealing with, I believe, is dealing with, are you a man or a woman?
No, that's
No,
not
that wasn't the
thing.
first.
No, that's the
The
second.
first
The
was
first thing was
whether-
like, is the guy
he
actually,
was
is he actually alive or
unconscious.
not, or unconscious or not? And Leorio does actually like prove himself to be pretty clever about, getting through these bets. And then she gets under his skin of just like, bet if I'm a man or a woman or not. And it's like, okay, how can I
I think it was
confirm
like
that?
the third bet.
No.
It was like the third bet or something.
It's like-
It's something
It was
like
the third,
that. But it
'cause
was
it
basically
was-
like the woman was just like, well, if you want to confirm that I am a woman, you can touch my titties.
You can
Oh.
touch
And-
me until you're satisfied was
Is
the
this guy
exact
also
thing.
a 12-year-old?
Yeah.
No,
He's
he's
17.
17.
Okay.
He's 17. Yeah.
And he's like, I bet
Okay.
you're a man. And then he goes over there and just, yeah, and he loses
And
because,
he-
well, it turns out there
He
she's a
loses
woman.
all but like 10 hours essentially. And the minimum bets are 10 hours.
Oh, I thought his reasoning was
No, he bet
Because-
that she was a man because even if he was wrong, then he got to feel her up.
Yeah, exactly.
So in the crunch, this was wild for me. I watched mine on Crunchyroll, and
we also watched it on Crunchyroll, I think.
Yeah.
So his reasoning and in the translation did you watch it in English or in Japanese?
Yeah, we watched the dub.
Okay, so I watched it subbed, and in the translation, it turned around and said, like, oh, and my apologies. It turned around and said, like, oh, is she a tranny?
They definitely
What?
didn't say that
What?
here.
Oh, he did not say that. What? Oh my god.
That was in the translation, and I'm like,
Oh my
Crazy.
god.
oh,
Dude.
I'm like, how is this in the translation?
So this scene is worse in the different versions. Holy fuck. Oh, cool. Anywho,
that's what I am like. That's what I'm like. Oh, as soon as that came, I'm like, I can. Yep, that is just no, not on.
yeah, he cost them a bunch of time.
Fuck.
And he loses that whole thing.
Like 54 hours or something.
Yeah.
It cost them 50. He cost 50 hours because that was the thing. It's like
Just to feel someone up.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
No.
Just to touch a titty.
Well, that's the thing. That was even before because I mean the entire premise for his game was if I can't remember what they got if they won, but it's like if they obviously lost, they lost 50 like the oh no, that was it. If they lost 50 hours, and
if they won, they weren't going to lose 50 hours, and they would have more time.
Yep.
Yeah,
and if
and all of the prisoners lost 50 years off of their time on top of any time that
they wasted around for these guys.
They wasted from them. Yeah.
I will say Killua's one at the end was great.
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He made that bet before he knew that she was a woman.
Yeah.
When she was still covered. So either way, like, yeah, he copped this real. Do not agree with that at all and cost him the time, but he had already committed to those wages and those rewards before knowing that as well. He was just using it to get his rocks off.
The thing that really bugs me is before any of that, he was getting super fucking pissed off at this the other guy that is suddenly like stuck in their group, who was effectively like rage baiting Leorio, and then Leorio makes this fucking stupid ass goddamn decision and gets guilt tripped about it by this shitty dude. But like, I hate that Leorio has me agreeing with the shitty dude, because it's like, yeah, dude, you literally wasted 50 fucking hours.
Was actually confirming everything that Tonpa was saying about this whole fucking thing.
Yeah, Tonpa, that's the fucking name.
Anyway, Killua ends up redeeming this whole fucking waste of time because this thing sucked. I hated this tower bit. Where he goes up against Killua, by the way, is this other kid that they recruit who's got white skin and is a family of assassins. Okay,
white hair.
He's white hair. He's rides a skateboard. He can grow his nails super sharp, and he's like immune to poisons. This big scary serial killer man who wants to just basically kill people steps up to go fight Killua, and once they decide that it's going to be a fight to the death thing and they start their fight, Killua just rushes forward and then is behind him, and he has little bag that's beating as he turns around and hands him his own fucking still beating heart that he had just removed from him in a bag. It's like it was dark and fucked up. I was like, okay, that was pretty cool, actually. Holy shit!
And then fucking Killua is just like, yeah, if my dad did that, there wouldn't have been any blood.
It's true.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, you weren't kidding about being an assassin, and you're actually really skilled at it at only fucking 12 years old. Cool, got it.
Yep. Like, he had explained prior to this to only God that basically he was a prodigy among this family, and they wanted him to be an assassin, and he's like, no, I don't want to do this. I want to do my own thing. So bitch slapped his own mum and ran away to go and become a hunter.
Uh,
Like,
So his family's probably gonna kill him if they see him.
well, we'll get to that. That actually comes up. So the next trial that they go to is they get put onto an island for a survival scenario that actually has a neat premise. Basically, everybody has these identifier badges on
pin.
them. It gives you a number,
Yeah.
says you're contestant or hunter person, blah blah blah. Um, they get told on the boat ride to this island that, okay, so here's what the game is going to be. Okay, you are all going to be given a number, and that number is going to be the contestant here that you need to steal the badge of. Okay, to pass this hunter exam, you need to have 6 points. When you get to the end of the time limit of being here, which I think was another like 3 days or something like that,
Something like that.
you have to have your own badge is worth 3 points. Somebody's badge that's not your target is worth 1 point, and your target's badge is worth 3 points. So long as you have 6 points by the end of this thing, you will make it to the next thing. Most of these people are going to get filtered because there's no way you can walk away with 6 points given the random number of this without a lot of people dropping.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately people hide their badges, and it's like, oh fuck, what number was so and so again? Because it becomes this thing if you need to hunt them on this island, get the badge without losing your own badge, and then meet up back basically at the end point without
At
losing
the
your shit.
drop-off point.
Yep, without losing your shit by the end of it. So everyone kind of ends up going on their solo thing. For the most part, shenanigans happen. The most important thing is that our main character, Gon, has to collect the badge of the crazy clown man who has been a problem this entire time. And he's not sure if he can do it, so he ends up practicing these techniques to try and use his fishing pole to sort of snatch the badge when he's not looking, and then devises a plan that, well, this man is a psychopath and he is going to have to go after someone at some point. So if I can just stalk him and wait until he's going after his contestant that he needs the badge of, I'll snatch the badge while he's distracted killing them. And I'm going to fucking book it. If that doesn't quite play out, instead, he follows him while he's in this sort of murder boner state where he's just wandering around looking for someone to kill because he hasn't killed anybody and he wants to kill
Oh,
somebody.
he's not wandering around. He's just sitting. He's sitting at
No,
the base of a tree.
he walked. Remember, there's the initial base of the tree. Then someone else shows up who's already dead, and he's like, "Damn, that wasn't fulfilling at all. I want to go kill somebody." So he starts wandering after waiting a little bit. That he's
Ahsoka is
a freak.
a choice of a character.
Ahsoka is
He is a
freak.
capital F freak. He is a very entertaining character, though.
Yeah.
Before watching Hunter x Hunter, the internet was really trying to fucking convince me that he is unsavory. And Skywatcher, who is someone that does enjoy Hunter x Hunter and was telling me about it a little bit to try and sell me on watching the show, had immediately like tried to counteract those claims that the internet was making of like he's not excited about fighting Gon because he's a kid, he's excited about fighting Gon because he's a good fighter.
Because he's strong.
And for some reason the internet ignores the fact that it's because Gon is a good fighter and focuses on the fact that Hisoka is like mid-20s and Gon is 12.
Yeah. It is. He is
And-
looking for a fight. He is after people with
And
skill
to be
and to
fair-
satiate his bloodlust.
Mm-hmm.
Hisoka is a capital F freak about it,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very
But
much
it-
so.
but it is not because Gon is a child. He's just a freak. He
So
would be acting the same way if Gon was in his 20s as
He-
well.
He's a personification of murder boner.
yes.
Literally.
Speaking of which, he does encounter somebody, and just randomly on the wild, just these two people come across each other. Gon figures out where they're going to intersect. He positions himself in a bush, and then casts his fishing pole out there, snatches the badge from Hisoka, and Hisoka's surprised, and then he fucking books it, and then gets paralyzed because he has been stalked by his own hunter this entire time. And the dude's like, well, that sucks to be you. You need to be more paying attention. I've been following you for the past couple days. Takes his badge, takes the badge he stole, and walks away.
Mm-hmm. And he gave like a number of like in the thousands of like, that's how many times I could have already taken you out. However, I was really respecting your dedication to your efforts, and the fact that you managed to pull it off was impressive, but maybe next year, pal.
And then his body gets thrown at Gon as Hisoka has caught up and goes, "Hey, fucker, what's up? That was pretty cool what you did there. You hid your bloodlust under mine. I didn't know you were there. That's pretty good. And I want to see you get stronger. So tell you what, I'm going to give you back the badge you stole from me. And you're going to go on and you're going to get stronger so that I can properly kill you when you're at the peak of your strength." And Gon's like, "Fuck off. I don't want to do it like this. Just take the shit. I'll do this later." No. You don't get to make that decision. How about this? I will take the badge back from you if you can do this to me. And then sucker punches Gon so hard he goes flying. Yeah, when you can do that to me, then I'll take the badge back later.
Yep.
And Gon basically spends the rest of the time on the island upset because he lost and then he lost again and he got shut down by this guy and can't actually undo this defeat because he's not strong enough. They shit all over the protagonist in this moment. It's actually kind of neat. And then they get stuck in a snake cave and they have to use poisonous gas to knock everyone out and the snakes out because Gon can hold his breath for like 10 minutes.
Which is really impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some brain damage.
It's absurdity. Then they get to the final part of the actual, like, for the people who made it through this, where everyone is going to go into a tournament that was arranged basically by an old man who has interviews with everybody asking, who would you want to fight in a one-on-one fight? Who are you most interested in? And who wouldn't you want to fight? And then he creates a bracket putting everybody against the people that they wouldn't mind fighting, avoiding the people they wouldn't want to fight, and so on, with the rules of you're going to fight until someone surrenders. You cannot kill your opponent. If you kill your opponent, you're disqualified. If you're disqualified, everyone else becomes a hunter but you. There will be only one person who loses this.
And yeah, in this entire bracket, even if they go through all of the fights, there's only one loser. Everyone else will become a hunter.
So Gon ends up going first against a ninja man who just tortures Gon, but Gon says, "I'm not gonna lose," and it's just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna break your arm, and he breaks Gon's arm. I'm not giving up. Okay, I am just gonna keep torturing you then. Well, I'm not gonna give up. I am gonna cut your fucking legs off. Well, I don't want that to happen, but I'm not gonna surrender. But if you do, I might bleed out, and that would make you lose, so... And the ninja's like, "Fuck this, I'm done. You can win, I guess. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm gonna go fight someone who's actually rational."
It was actually really funny and a little compelling.
And then Gon basically gets KO'd and taken to an infirmary. Because they're like, he would never have actually accepted this victory because he wants to actually properly lose because he's still on his shit over about his loss to the Clown Man. And then when Gon wakes up, he finds out that the tournament was over, and the person who lost was our assassin boy, Killua, who's one of the more capable people.
Because someone else who was an ally to Hisoka, ? That they are familiar with each other, and they're both freaks. Hisoka's just the capital F freak, and this other guy turns out to be Killua's brother, and really gets under Killua's skin about how you're an assassin, you're always going to be an assassin, you're not going to beat me. In fact, I'm going to go and kill your friend, because you don't get friends. You're not allowed to have them.
You're a tool.
You're an assassin. You're a tool. You're an assassin, and you should go back home. The fight ends with Killua surrendering in that fight, essentially.
And then in the fight that Leorio was going to get into,
yeah,
Killua kills Leorio's opponent, disqualifying him.
Yep. Disqualifying himself, Leorio becomes a hunter and everyone else becomes a hunter without even getting a fight.
And no one's happy about it. They have a confrontation with the assassin man in the place, and he's like, I didn't fucking do anything. I don't know what this whole big hubbub is. Well, where did he go? Where would he have just ran off to? Well, he's going home. And so the whole big adventure now is they're going to go and bring Killua back. We're getting Sasuke back to the fucking Hidden Leaf Village, everybody.
Alright, so I have a question.
Yes.
Because right at the start of the whole run in the underground passage, there was 405 people, and at the very least in the sub version, the voiceover announcer makes a point of saying that, oh, there's 405 people here, but there's only 404 contestants because someone is already disqualified. Did that even come up?
No.
No.
God. Yeah, then the writer at the start had no idea what he was doing with the
I don't
continuity
think
of
he
the show.
was.
Yeah.
So I have another confession to make about my own experience with Hunter x Hunter and why the theme song of the intro is something I kind of despise. And it's
Yeah.
not because I actually hate it. I don't enjoy it as a song. I don't think it's particularly entertaining. The credit song is definitely better, but you know, music's subjective and all that. So
Isn't it a rock ballad?
it's whatever it is.
I can't remember.
What if I told you that there is someone on the internet just as impassionate and crazy about things as I am, and they get paid a lot more for doing it?
There's a lot of people like that.
Like to a concerning level that I think people are concerned about their mental health on a regular basis because of the fact that they make a what is it, like a 3-hour video about the obsession of Garfield and what the internet did to Garfield, and hour-long videos about video games that don't exist and things like that. He has a man named Super Eye Patch Wolf. I adore Super Eye Patch Wolf. I fucking love him.
I've heard the name.
He did a series that I actually put out into our Discord a few times to get people to check it out because I enjoy it, but it is a interesting thing that is related to Hunter x Hunter called Gone in 60 Seconds, which is a very funny play on names. It is not about Hunter x Hunter. It is, but it isn't. It is a series about a fandom cult that is torturing and driving one person in particular crazy until they snap and basically are forced to join the cult because there's no other alternative. He converts every person he knows. He converts this person's friends and their family to his cult, traps him in his own house for a week, traps him in another country to become as obsessed with Hunter x Hunter as he is. And I, unfortunately, could not watch the show without thinking of that. You don't understand. The almost end point of it has an entire group of people all wearing white t-shirts with the Hunter Association logo painted on it, with the main character trapped in the hotel room while they're all cheering and watching a show, and won't let him leave until he arrives. And then Eye Patch Wolf walks in dressed up like Gon, holding his hands up and signaling everyone like a cult leader, because he is at this point. And the protagonist is cowering in the corner about what is about to happen to him. And he goes, "What are you going to do to me, John?" And he leans forward with his dumbass Gon hair, and he goes, "Well, Wooly, if you were me, what would you do?" And then we get CCTV footage of him trying to run into the hallway of this like hotel that they're at, being surrounded by the cult as they surround him completely, and it turns into static. And then the final 2 episodes are the 2 of them doing an actual honest to God analysis of episodes like 23 and 24. I'm gonna relink this whole fucking thing because it is something I
yeah.
think people should watch, but I cannot say that didn't leave an impact on me because hearing the theme song of that show makes me feel like Super Eye Patch Wolf is standing behind me with a knife, and if I don't enjoy this as much as he does, he is going to probably take Snoo and brainwash them into this, as well as everyone else, until I have no choice. Which I unfortunately do feel about most fandoms when people really want me to watch things.
Yeah, people can't be shoving stuff onto your plate too much, or you're straight up just not gonna eat.
It's true.
I mean, yeah, I enjoy things. I'll say, hey, you should check it out. If you do, you do. If you don't, I tried.
It has taken me quite a few years to realize of like that you can put it on the plate, you can wait a little bit, you can point it out on the plate again, and then that's it. Any further pushing, and Mox is going to grab that plate and throw it at the wall.
So to get you want to know the insanity, just look at what the thumbnail for the first fucking video is. I think that should sell most of this madness. And for those who also are curious, I'm also going to share it in the poor chemistry thing in what was it? Media. I'll share it in media.
That's funny.
I love Super Eye Patch Wolf. I really do love him. In fact, him and Wooly versus podcast versus Wolves inspired me to do what we're doing here. You can let that sink in if you want. They are very aggressive about their recommendations, to the point that they have punishments if you try to recommend something the other has not seen, to the point that one of them, who has a newborn child, said, I was not opposed to putting my own newborn child as collateral on this. You have to understand how crazy it is. Literally, he put, they had this metaphor of, I am standing over you while you sleep in your bed with a gun, and I can pull the trigger whenever I want, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put the gun beside you to remind you what I could have done. That's how intense their shit gets, which is why ours is not like that. Ours is just recommend the thing and we're just going to go for it because I don't want that level of hostility. I don't want to think about Trinky being like, that motherfucker Moxie's going to recommend another horror thing. God damn it, I'll get him. I'll show him.
That's Dokapon level of retaliation.
Yeah, you should mention that Dokapon was one of the first recommendations to Eye Patch Wolf, and it... Yeah.
Also, like, straight up, I don't think any of us would want, like, legitimate punishments
No!
for failing to engage in a media.
No, the most I think what I was saying at the early bits is if you don't do the thing, you might be able to be like, say something nice to the person whose thing you weren't able to do it for.
Yeah.
So we got a
Or,
Trinky
like,
poem early
something
on.
minor. Yeah.
Just think, sometimes life gets in the way, doesn't it? Like we've all had random things come up at random points.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still part of the podcast, but straight up, when it comes to the media recommendations, I am struggling to keep up because it's so much.
Uh-huh. But I do like it because I like being able to share things with each other. I think an honest effort is the most I really ever wanted out of this.
I think it's because sharing things is your love language, and you love our friends.
It's true. I mean, I am marrying Karanzi.
Yeah, when is this wedding happening?
When
is this wedding happening?
Soon, actually. Once we get through Endwalker is when I planned on doing that whole thing. We're about to start Endwalker. We're at the end of Shadowbringers.
Well, we're not. Well,
Hey, don't say that. Don't you say that. Look, I'll remember this on our wedding day. I'll remember this.
I will be right back.
This is only for tax reasons.
I know, we're doing this essentially to scam the Eorzean government, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had an interesting thought not long ago. About this. So, you know how you're not a huge fan of the isekai because most of the protagonists are like going in overpowered.
They're going in overpowered, and most of their personalities are nothing.
Yeah, technically, Shadowbringers is an isekai anime.
It is an isekai, yes, but It's a really well done isekai, and it's not one of those things where you show up with an overpowered power. In fact, you show up and couldn't be in a worse position to handle things in Shadowbringers, considering the problem is your strength. Light is consuming the world. You're the warrior of light. Uh-oh. And now there's monsters that are made out of it that are basically infusing people with light and turning them into things called Sin Eaters, and we both know what Welcome to Shadowbringers looks like.
Yeah, I mean, and the trailer does or like the intro cinematic that plays does a very good representation of, oh yeah, you are dropped in here, and like everything you try does not work.
No. Every time you switch your job to try and deal with the enemy that's fighting you goes wrong. You're countered, you're defeated, you fight again, you're beaten to the ground, and all the while, there's that little fucking gremlin going, why are you even fucking bothering? You're just gonna die. Why do you even care? Until you go Dark Knight and become the warrior of darkness to fight it off using the opposite of your strength. It's great.
Yes.
Well, you as being royal. It's the warrior of light for the trailer things, who looks an awful lot like Artbert, honestly.
Well, you know that is it is meant to be. Oh, this is default Andy.
Yep.
This is default guy. It is Joe default.
I got a question for the two of you since we're waiting for Snoo to go back, and it does pertain to what my recommendation is, because I finally decided, because I can't not recommend this thing I'm going to be recommending. So, who here has watched Death Note?
I've seen parts of Death Note.
What do you think of it? Yeah, sorry, Ronzi. Oops.
No, that's fine.
I was actually talking about Death Note with the guy I play Apex with, because he said it was his favorite the other day. I don't mind Death Note. Don't love Death Note. I can't exactly pinpoint my finger as to why I don't love it.
It's not Death Note for the recommendation, but I'm using that as a example.
I will.
Yeah. So mine is that I've not watched Death Note. I obviously know of Death Note, being very much in anime and all of that. It's hard not to know of it.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not as bad, but it still falls under the same kind of feelings that I have for the melancholy of Haruhi.
Gotcha.
It's not as bad, but it falls under, like, obviously around the time the anime came out, everyone was like, oh, it's the best thing ever, you need to watch it, kind of thing. And it's kind of like
mainstream audience being annoying.
Yeah, pretty much. The fandom screaming from the top of their lungs, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Everything else is shit. You should be watching this and only this. And I'm like, I may get round to it at some point, but it's not something I'm hankering to watch.
Got it.
I fully get it. I've had that as a problem ever since I was a fucking preteen. I've always referred to it as like my hipster gene of, it's like, I don't want to get into the thing that everyone else is getting into.
Yeah.
Because it's like everyone else is annoying and I want them all to shut the fuck up before I watch a thing that I wanted to watch. Or like play a game that I wanted to play. With very few exceptions where I'll just be like, fuck everyone else, this is for me. Like Delta.
Yeah.
Speaking of very exciting and cool things, the final recommendation, the movie Project Hail Mary.
I did this one!
Yeah.
I unfortunately did not get to do that.
That's a real shame, because
that is a real shame.
This movie was incredible.
It might fall into my top 3 films of ever.
I could absolutely understand that. When we were done with the movie, I looked at Snoo and went, so we're buying this, right?
I bought it.
We rented it.
It was
I was
really,
gonna
really
rent it,
good, and the
and it was
fact
an
that
extra £1 to
Mock
buy it, so I bought it.
liked it, the fact that Mock liked it so much, it's just like, oh yeah, this is a good movie.
We actually ended up watching it. It was like I feel a bit cheeky about this. It was Father's Day, and we wanted a film to watch. And I went, why don't we watch that new space film, guys? And my dad loves space, so he was like, yeah, that sounds amazing. Let's do it. So I bought it for us to watch at home. I like bought it on
That's
Amazon.
sneaky.
Yeah, I know. And then we watched it, and all four of us were like, that was fucking amazing. Like
How many
Oh,
all of
times
man.
did
us.
you cry?
Don't talk to me about it.
Because I cried like 5 times.
My parents kept looking over at me and they were like, it's like Chopper all over again.
I cried
It's so
twice.
bad.
I cried twice.
It is such a like the more the film went on, like the emotions that they create
Mm-hmm.
in that film are it's just absolute credit to everyone who worked on that film. Like
Mhm.
to be able to invoke such emotion from basically one character, like and one puppet, because that's what it was. It was a puppet,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
a character and a puppet. Like and to actually invoke such like an emotion. Like obviously I know a lot of his backstory and stuff. There's other people involved in it, but like it was so raw. Like I can't. I've not seen a film recently that has had that level of emotion in it. Like it was just and the cinematography as well. It's
It's
just
They kept fucking getting my ass.
Mhm.
I kept thinking that like I knew it like what was going to be going on, and then they subvert me and they pulled that fucking rug on me, like so many fucking times, dude.
the one bit that genuinely got me, and I'm gonna try and be as spoiler free as I can.
Mhm.
Is when you find out how he actually ended up on the ship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I
my god!
there I was talking to Snoo after the film about that very moment because it is a trope. It's not a very popular trope, but it is a trope that does exist. And it's one of my favorites because it is such a morally difficult situation. It's difficult for those in the wrong and it's
Yeah.
difficult for those in the right. There's no
I
right or
also
anything to it.
particularly liked the disjointed storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way like obviously I know it can be done. Like and I've seen plenty of films where it has been, but I think the particular way that this was like all slightly disjointed to come together was really nice. I like how none of it was linear.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really enjoyed that.
There is a horror movie that I'm a big fan of called Pandorum. And it has a similar premise revolving around that, where the protagonist wakes up basically in a cryopod, no idea who they are, no idea where they at, and having to sort of piece together who they are and where they're at. The difference being is that this person is in space and dealing with their space problems. This one, the movie Pandora, involves a character who's stuck on a spaceship that's full of monsters that are eating the other people who are in these cryopods.
I got a quick question, at least for reference. Obviously, I didn't get a chance to see it.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
twist thing that you were talking about, Mox, is it something similar to the mouthwashing story in terms of the trope?
No.
In terms of the
Not
trope,
not in terms of that, but in terms of like the nonlinear storytelling, yes.
Yeah, the nonlinear storytelling, but not the
Because
trope.
as we're progressing through the chronological story, which is basically all of the stuff that Dr.
Present
Grace, which
day.
is what the main character is
Ryan
named,
Gosling, yeah.
everything that Dr. Grace is going through while on this mission is told in chronological order. As he is going through things, he is regaining memories that he had temporarily lost from his induced coma, his medically
okay.
induced coma when he was
The
like on
space
the ship.
exploration. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's basically got like amnesia and like as the thoughts come back to him, you like
Yeah.
go
Sure.
back in the past and live those, which is why it's disjointed. But like, that's
We're
why it's
effectively
good.
relearning like his past, how he got involved in this project, how he got on the ship is the big emotional climax of that. As well as we meet the secondary protagonist on this mission, and his name is Rocky. Well, at least that's what Grace calls him,
Rocky.
which
That was an emotionally charged gun tailored at Trinky.
It was
Mhm.
so bad. My family made a
Tricky got
joke. They were
instantly
like,
attached.
"Imagine if rocks could talk." I was like, "Don't get me started." I was like, because they obviously have no idea what Rocky means to me.
I mean,
And
you did
so,
tell them
like,
that your rock died and you were
I
upset
did.
over it.
I did. Well, this was the thing. My mum turned to me at one point. She was like, "How do you heal a rock?" And I was like, "I don't know. I've been through this before."
I was looking through some of the stuff that I've got on my external hard drive, and I came across all of the memes that I made about Rocky.
I was like, "Mum, I don't know." I was like, "I've been in this dilemma."
So do we want to go over a full synopsis then?
No.
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 I don't think we should risk spoiling anything for anyone.
The movie is still too new.
I think it's
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 so
still
new.
too new, so I wouldn't do that. 'Cause
That's-
it's literally what, like 2 months.
Basically,
All I
it's
wanna say.
too new,
Pretty
and
sure
it
it's
is
coming out. Fairly certain it's coming out on Amazon Prime next Friday.
I think after a year we could probably talk more about it, but
Yeah.
for now,
It's based off of a book. If you want to go read, you can always go read the book.
yeah, you can always go read the book or just go watch the fucking movie. Highly recommend from all of us, except for
Highly
Ronzi who
recommend
hasn't
that
watched it.
fucking-
Highly recommend.
I highly
It's-
recommend it to Ronzi.
Yes.
Highly recommend.
If you
Hey!
haven't liked Ronzi Tale Lyric, Ronzi, try again.
One thing that I
You failed. You suck. Do it again.
one thing I do want to mention about the film, which is not spoilers at all, is I
Everyone vanished. All right,
did-
I fixed it.
I did some like research into, well, I actually didn't research it. I knew all this before we watched it and before we recommended it. Because it was obviously when the film had released and all this information was coming out about it. That one, Rocky was actually real and like hardly any of it's CGI. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was an
Oh,
actual guy
So
puppeteered it.
excellent. It's so
Beautiful.
excellent.
They tried to use as little CGI in the film in general.
I'm gonna step
And,
away
like,
very quickly.
I-
I'll still be listening.
Okay.
Gotcha.
There's a bit in the film where obviously Grace is jumping to catch something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had seen Ryan Gosling behind the scenes on like all these fucking wires on a blue screen, doing it about 60 times and missing it every fucking time. Like actually trying to do it, which just made when I saw that bit in the film, I just went, "That's so funny," because I know the behind the scenes of that, because they just kept doing it because they wanted to try and do it all like practically, which made it funny. And then the voice of Rocky ended up being the guy who puppeteered him, because you know when they're like trying all the different voices,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that's because they couldn't actually find a voice that worked for him other than the guy who puppeteered him, who's not an actor. But they were like, you know him so well that they made
Yeah.
him do the voices, and I was like, that's so cool.
And like, given how it's essentially explained on how Rocky can talk, if it's like you just have a neutral affect, you don't really need to act or voice act with the voice
Yeah.
you're giving him. You just need to read the lines. So it works out.
Yeah, so those little things I really liked, and obviously I knew them before I watched the film, so none of it felt like spoilers, which is why I felt like I could say it here. But it was I just appreciate that level of dedication and things that go into making good films, like, because I think it pays off.
It does. So it's like, this is an extremely well-made film, and I fully love that there is essentially a pushback against the whole like CGI industry,
Yeah,
where it's like, no, practical effects are timeless,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Yeah.
are every time. Watch Jurassic Park again, and that movie still holds the fuck up.
yeah.
There is actually an older Disney film, that I'm trying to remember the name of that has some of the craziest practical effects out there. It's not Jurassic Park, crazy enough. It has, oh god damn it, fucking YouTube video decided it wanted to pop up over here and say, "Hey, you should watch this," as I was trying to Google something, so I had to close YouTube.
Sorry, very quickly to jump in. You talking about, obviously they had the guy puppeteering the character Rocky to voice him. It reminds me of, even though obviously it's heavily overlaid with CGI in itself, but like Andy Serkis, most of the mocap work that he does, he ends up is the voice for the characters
Yeah.
he's mocapping.
Yeah.
There it
Because
is.
like he's in character, essentially.
So it's an older movie called Flight of the Navigator, which is about a child who sort of gets abducted by aliens, but they're not like evil aliens, and he's helping them out throughout their thing. The ship that they have, which is this giant sort of silvery reflective thing, is a series of models, some of which were very big and very heavy and had to be held up with a crane. The interiors of the ship, of course, all practical for the most part, because the bits that they did use things for CG were for things that they literally wouldn't have been able to do. Like, the way you get into the ship is that the door to it liquefies into a series of steps that you walk up. There's no fucking way they were going to be able to do that practically. But what they did do is they made the door, and they did make the stairs, and then sort of animated over it as their special effect to make it seem like the stairs had been, well, liquefied into their shape and stuff. It's actually insane. There's a cool video by a guy named Captain Disillusion who goes over this. Also, Captain Disillusion is great. His name sounds terrible, but what he does is he goes out of his way to be like, "Yo, this shit's fake. Let me show you why it's fake. Here's how they did it. I just recreated it myself."
Yeah, and I think, and dare I mention it because I know it's not a fan subject anymore. But like when I was a kid, that's why I liked it so much and I thought it
I
was so
think so,
magical.
yeah.
Was like the original Harry Potter films, like the first ones, where it was primarily practical effects. Obviously, there's some
Yeah.
to a degree CGI, but the practical effects, like as a kid watching that, I was like, oh my
Well,
god,
it was
magic's
like
real. It was like
it was
magic's
practical
real.
effects. It was trained animals,
Yeah.
like shit with invisible wires.
Yeah, and that just made, and like, and even nowadays when I've seen like clips of it looking back, I'm like, that still holds up. Like, it still holds up, and it like obviously the camera quality is shit because it's
Yeah.
not from like the like because that's the times. But like the
Well, the
actual
thing is,
stuff
like the camera.
itself like holds up. Like it's not, it doesn't look bad, and it doesn't look super fake and stuff. Like
So, like the other thing as well is like old movies and old video games too fall into this with like how pixel art used to be done. Uh, Adapting to the quality of the display can change how you're going to like shoot your movie or draw your pixel art, because it's like with CRT TVs you would do pixel art in a specific way that it looks way better on a CRT TV than if you were looking at the pixels directly, because of how the effect of the pixels essentially getting like blended into each other works out, and you can make it look like you have way more colors in a portrait than you actually have. And
mhm.
then with older movies with like the shittier camera quality, it's way easier to hide a fishing line with a shittier camera than it is with a good camera.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah. I think
also,
I think we are coming back to that era of of bringing back practical effects.
Good.
Yeah.
I think it's coming back. I really do.
I have heard that the Backrooms movie is all practical effects. And I am very excited
not,
about that.
would not be surprised about that.
And then A24 fucking betrayed everyone. Because after the Backrooms movie came out, A24 decided to partner with Google for AI film development.
Yep.
And everyone is mad. I'm mad. I'm
Um,
super fucking mad.
Just
Because
want
they're
to
also
jump
the
back.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go on. You can finish.
Well, it's also like A24 is also the same producers for I Saw the TV Glow, which is a movie that I love and cried so fucking hard at. And then hearing that they fucking did that. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are we doing? People were wanting to like spend money on your movies because your fucking filmmakers were doing practical effects and making shit that matters.
I
I'm
think
so
the
fucking
thing
tired of make number
I
big and go up.
I think, and I think actually, as a society, we've hit that point because I think a lot of people have been doing a lot of these films with loads of special effects, and they're all getting slated, and they're all not getting well reviewed, and people aren't going to the cinema as much. And I think when people see more practical effect things, and I think that's why Project Hail Mary's done so well, especially like at the box office, and just like it's done so well, is because people are tired of seeing that one thing. You know, when we first started getting in CGI, it was exciting. It was like, oh
Mhm.
my god, this is so
Yes.
new and exciting. Like that's, Avatar was literally like the leading thing. It was like, oh, this
Oh
is
yeah.
unheard of. Like it was crazy. With oversaturated market in it now, and everyone's tired of it. Everyone's like, okay,
Well,
yeah, great, whatever. And it's also being done poorly and cheaply, and people are tired of paying hard-earned money to go to the cinema to watch a film that's shit CGI. That now actually, I think I do fully think it's going to the other direction of people who are like, no, we're going to do practical effects and we're going to spend more time and love and make a masterpiece, which I
And
think is what the film industry needs.
aren't we all really excited to watch the new 3D Animal Farm? I mean, aren't we all so excited for that?
Haven't they completely changed the entire story?
It's
they
they.
completely threw away what Animal Farm fucking was and have
Uh
just
huh.
slapped the title on it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But
Like
fucking
Um,
they took
Seth
a
Rogen's laugh.
slice of the theming, mostly in the whole like, oh, here's the famous quote from the story, but also fuck you.
It's a parody movie. It's like the
Yeah.
kind of thing you would see in a parody movie about bad movies.
yeah.
Um,
I just wanted to touch back very quickly when you brought up Disney and their films and everything. Though I saw something very recently about a discussion, or I think it was a short or a video essay maybe. Um, but yeah, that obviously Western animation was heavily dominated by Disney.
yes,
Still, arguably, still probably is. Especially in the film market.
they still unfortunately are making blockbusters, but they are making significantly less money with their films they're making today than they were before.
Yes,
So
this was
hard.
like either 70s or 80s. So like right at the onset, there was a film being made by a non-Disney company. That was in obviously what Disney would say is their style. No, it's just people drawing
Is it Don
film.
Bluth?
I can't remember. I'm not sure.
What's the movie?
I can't remember the name of the movie. The premise is that obviously it's a rainforest. Westerners are coming in to deforest it,
Fern
Gully?
Gully?
and I think so. Yes.
It's got a bat and pixies and
Yes,
oily.
and
Gully!
Yep, that's Fern Gully
and-
and that's Don Bluth.
yeah, and the male lead gets shrunk down to their size
Yep.
and experiences the world from their
Yeah.
eyes.
Can't you feel
Yeah,
its
Disney
pain?
tried to kill that film
Mm-hmm.
in that studio.
Yep.
And
They tried real hard, and
that film is a perfect analogy of what Disney was trying to do to them.
oh yeah, Don Bluth was an ex Disney animator, and he made his own animation studio, and he fucking swung at them every fucking movie. He was releasing his movies very close to Disney releasing their movies, and when his movies outsold theirs, he just kept fucking swinging. And then by the end of it, his studio like tripped and fell on its fucking face and died.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's really sad.
It's really sad. I think their last movie was made in the very early 2000s.
That is exactly it at Misk. That was the reason why it came up, was because yeah, Robin Williams was to play the Bat, well, did play the Bat.
He did play the Bat.
Disney were like, no, you can't be that voice for this Bat because
Yeah.
you are
Mr.
the
Genie?
genie for us.
Mr. Genie?
Yeah,
Because it
and
was around
Robin
the same
Williams.
time that Aladdin came out, and Robin Williams was like, "No, fuck off."
There's
Yeah.
nothing in my contract that says that.
You
Mhm.
don't own me. I can voice act in other movies.
Unless it's in a contract, you literally can't force anything.
Yeah.
There's one thing I know about America is that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and I lightly think that was actually the reason why after the first Aladdin film they changed the voice actor for the genie, didn't they?
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
Homer
think Robin
Simpson.
Williams
Well,
played-
I'm almost
Yeah.
so fairly certain Disney put in non-competes and ownership on people's acting after that as well, where
Yep,
they
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
shafted.
because they didn't want Robin Williams to do that ever fucking again, or any other
or,
actor.
or anybody
And,
else.
like,
Yeah.
And to make a note on your America comment, it's like if there's one thing America should be known for, it's that we have feral packs of lawyers up and down all the streets here all the time, forever.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
They swarm like birds. You can hear
They
them going,
do.
mine, mine, mine.
vultures.
Mhm.
I don't think
They
more
do.
vultures.
You can tell if there's one nearby because you'll see a billboard
Yep.
that's got their face on it.
That's their spawn
I've
point.
seen- I think it was was it a John Oliver whole segment on lawyers, because there are lawyers in different states have like the same moniker and name, and that they would sue each other for the right to use those names, like the Hammer or something like that. And there's like 5 of the Hammer lawyers in the states or whatever, and they're trying to trademark the name.
Well, that sounds about right.
It's yeah.
Knew it also sounds about right. I think it's time for the recommendations.
Yes.
And I want to go first.
Okay.
Because this thing I want to recommend is very dear to me. It's very
God.
near and dear to me.
Trinkets, oh
Hey,
god.
don't say "oh God." Don't be mean.
No, I
It's-
just I there's I feel like there's only a few things I feel like this could be.
So on my birthday this year, we watched a movie called Galarian's Rion together. All right. And it is one of the most inspirational and influential things on me. It's not the only thing. There was a show that was airing on Cartoon Network and Toonami at the time that I was also very obsessed with, that has had such a major impact on me. And it's why I'm so critical about a bunch of things that I'm very vocal about. Because this series hasn't really been outdone. And it's been almost 20 years since it came out. And while I had my own journey and I've been trying to get more people into it, this is probably the best opportunity I have to do this. I think Ronzi's pieced together what I'm going to be recommending, and that's fine.
I think so.
Because what I'm recommending is the entirety of a show, the anime .hack sign.
Okay. I feel like I could have also probably suspiciously guessed that.
It was a toss up. I wasn't sure which one it was going to be. That wasn't the one I was thinking.
The premise of .hack sign is that it is about a player who meets a strange fate where they get stuck inside the video game while their body on the outside world is put into a coma. And the mystery of how that happened, what's going on, and how that's even possible is one of the big things about it. And what is going on with someone who's stuck in this position? There is a spiritual side to this entire show that is very clear in its artwork and especially in its music. As myself and Snoo can attest, as I have made Snoo obsessed with this show's music.
It's been mentioned before of like I have a bedtime playlist. Majority of the .hack sign OST has been thrown into that playlist because it helps me sleep at night. Because it's beautiful and it is most of it is calm. The not calm songs are not in that playlist, but most of the songs are calm and beautiful, and fuck, it's good.
Of all the GU I've been playing, yeah, and I've also gotten Gray because the music from .hack is fucking amazing. It's this sort of church hymn stuff, but it's not. It doesn't sound like normal, like religious songs, but they are, but they're not. And they're saying things. There's not a lot of songs in .hack, funny enough, but the ones that are crazy. They get a lot of mileage, and they even change the songs to fit the current mood for things that are going on. And the people who made this understand video games. They understand what being a gamer is. They have so many little details in it that just make the people. There's a lot of fucking around that the characters do that makes sense. One of them gets a mount and just proceeds to ram that mount into a wall because the face of the mount flattens when it hits a wall and bounces off and then pops out. And they do that over and over again because they think it's funny. The names of the characters are some of the dumbest things you've ever seen because of the reason that they want it. I've mentioned BT before because BT is their favorite sandwich, but without the thing they don't like. It's a BLT sandwich without the lettuce. That's what they fucking name themselves after. It's fucking incredible. They get it. They fucking understand it. And it's why I don't like a lot of video game shows and anime and things like that, is because I've seen better and I know it can be better. My problem with .hack, and this is a thing I'm bringing up, again, when I was mentioning Death Note earlier, is a majority of .hack sign is characters sitting around areas and talking. Because it is a mystery show. They play the game and they do stuff, but a lot of it is sort of off screen because the mystery is what the show's actually about. And that can be hard to watch, and I can understand that being difficult to really watch. A bunch of people sitting around talking. But I encourage you to look past that and try and figure out the mystery yourself. And this is an important series and an important show because this is the foundation of things that would spawn an 8-game franchise that are all connected. And a new one is coming around the corner that I'm fucking crazy about. So that's my recommendation.
Okay, solid recommendation, Max.
Pick who you want to go next.
Me? Okay. I pick Ronzi.
Well, as you've recommended a show, gonna go with Book.
Let's be honest, no one was expecting me to recommend a show.
That's a rare occurrence.
I
It
don't
is
watch
rare
a lot.
occurrence.
I don't watch a lot of things.
I gotta be honest, obviously don't want to. So I'm not sure what else is being recommended. Don't really want to overload us with shows because there is one that I was going to.
I'm not
recommend, but I
recommending a
couldn't wait.
show.
It's still,
not
I think,
recommending.
how many episodes is Hack Sign?
24.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're saying watch it in its entirety, then I'm definitely not, because I think even though the one I'm
24 and 3
12?
bonus episodes technically, but I think those might be DVD exclusive.
Yeah. So yeah,
They
what
might
I
be
was
on the
going
list.
to
If
is
they're on there, that's
12. I
cool,
still
but-
don't want to overload us, but still. So yeah, I'm going to recommend the next book that I was going to do for the Pentagast books.
I had a feeling once you said book.
But there, to be honest, there's actually a few books that a few different series I want to. But so this one doesn't. I'm going to at least say this right at the upfront. It does not involve Pentagast whatsoever.
Right, it's one of the connective ones in the same
It's
world, right?
setting up, yes.
So it's a supplementary book?
Yes, because it introduces a character that is going to be pivotal in the next in the next Pentagast book. It does involve at least one character we have already met.
Ooh.
But the book is called Thunderhead.
Considering the other ones were like, Relic and all, and Reliquary, I think it was.
Mhm.
It's odd that it be called Thunderhead, but all right. I mean, I guess it's a supplement book.
There's actually some good reasonings behind it.
Hey, so you're doing a book too? No, have you got a recommendation this month?
Nope.
Okay,
I'm
well,
I'm gonna be so dead ass. I'm probably not going to have a recommendation for any of you guys until I finish a project of mine that I'm gonna force you all to read. However long that takes.
Fair enough.
okay. I'm going to recommend a project.
Okay.
So more of a task than a watching thing. It's based off of something that we actually had as a small discussion point on a podcast previously.
Oh boy.
But I'm gonna make people put some effort into this. So I want everyone to create a presentation. I'm a teacher. I like a presentation. Okay, so we're gonna have presentations on your 7 wonders of the internet.
Okay.
So
My
we
7
mentioned
wonders.
this before, like the 7 wonders of the world. If someone came to Earth or someone came here and they were like, "What are the 7 things I must see on the internet?" What are
Uh,
those 7 things?
Teacher question.
Yes.
Does it need to be like an official PowerPoint or does it not
Yes,
matter how we show this to
I
you?
have
Oh.
I've put a link to a website where it can make very pretty ones, and or you can use Google Slides, which is also both options are free.
Canva.
I would love me Canva. Canva's my favorite.
Canva.
I make all my thumbnails on Canva.
Yes, that's the book.
Angel, I
Nice.
need you to help me.
So, however you want, I don't mind how you want to lay it out, but I would like it to be presentation style, and then maybe Mox will be able to find a way that we could actually show all of our presentations on the
I
I'll
would
I'll
figure
get a
we could share
capture.
our screens or something.
Oh yeah, you could probably just share a screen on this, and I'll just capture that.
You
Yeah.
can control the pacing of your slides and whatnot.
Yeah, and just then people will just need to talk through. So yeah, obviously, however you want to make it look, it doesn't really matter. More obviously, interested to see what people pick and why you would put that as your top. You can do it kind of however you want. If you don't want to do the whole internet and you think that's a bit too much of a challenge, if you want to do like narrow it down and have like a theme and do like top 7 Reddit threads or like top 7 YouTube moments or top like however you would like to do this, I don't mind.
I'm gonna tailor this to my taste. I'm not doing this in general.
It's just it's just in general the top 7, your top 7. If you had someone came to you and went, "What are the 7 things I must
I
see
think Snoo
on
and
the
I are gonna
internet?"
have
What
the
you would give?
same one at least. Think we might both have the same idea, at least for one of our things.
I think me and Mox have like had this exact fucking discussion before. I don't remember what either of our answers were.
We discussed this on a podcast, but I don't entirely remember everyone's.
I don't think we all went over like 7. I think we went over like that.
I think we collectively decided on some. I don't think we had an individual. These are our
No.
7.
Yeah.
I think we discussed things like influential for us.
Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna throw in a bonus thing. I'm gonna throw in a bonus thing only because Snoo's not recommending anything, and I know Chalk's not recommending anything, and because I actually do want you guys to experience it, because it's like maybe an hour. I'm gonna also say as a bonus, watch Gone in 60 Seconds, the entire series. I actually already shared the playlist for it in the textile, so bonus thing from me.
Bonus round.
That's fair.
It's only like an hour. Alrighty. Well, we actually have a bit more time before we would be calling it, so anything else we want to talk about?
We do. Goddamn, that never happens. I don't know, any plans people have?
Oh!
Any upcoming things?
I know a thing. Hey, Trinky.
Yeah, it's me.
I think I sent you a food recipe.
You did. I rolled over. I'm not gonna lie. I rolled over this morning when my alarm went off, and I dismissed my alarm, and then I saw a message from Mox, and I went, "Huh, but that's a song." Put my phone down, went back to sleep for 10 minutes, woke up to my next alarm, then got rid of it, and then went, "Huh, I wonder what he has sent me." It was the first thing I opened on my phone this morning was this message from you, where I just then saw it, and I went, "Huh, it's a recipe." And then I looked away. Yeah.
I assault
It's a-
people with songs. It's fine.
It's not a recipe I'll be indulging in because I'm allergic to bananas.
Ah, damn it.
But
Forgot.
but my dad would probably love it.
Damn it.
I know. And I was talking about this the other day. I was like, everyone talks about how good banana bread is, and I'm just out here like I can't relate. And then the people were like, I was like, well, I've never actually proven that I'm allergic to bananas. So I guess if the internet chose one of the best banana recipes, I could eat one and then I'll die. So like, everyone just needs to agree on what one banana recipe I should try.
Have you ever had bananas before? I'm assuming this is like just a medically diagnosed allergy that you have.
Yeah, well, I used to have bananas as a kid, I think, and then the older I got, like I had a smoothie once, and it had all my new normal stuff in, other than it had bananas, which I didn't eat, and my whole tongue started like vibrating and swelling.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
then
definitely an allergy.
and I was like, the only thing in the smoothie I don't normally consume because it was like strawberries and blueberries, and the only thing in the smoothie I didn't normally have was bananas, and I was like, huh, that's weird, and I've just never tested the theory since.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I had a banana and then threw up. So, like, nope, yep, I'm not eating banana again.
Yeah, I was just like, it's not. I'm not
Love
gonna try
banana
this.
in my smoothies.
There
But this is
used
the
to be this
problem. And I'm a gym
mean-
goer, and I like these protein low-cal hack things, and they're all fucking bananas.
It's because bananas are very good, but you're allergic. Your body hates
Yeah.
good things.
There used
Literally.
to be this
And-
really stupid fucking trend when I was in high school where people would challenge each other to like eat 2 bananas and then chug a can of Sprite, and it would make you throw up.
Oh
This was
god.
such a YouTube challenge. This was around the same time as the cinnamon challenge.
Yes, it was. Yes, it fucking
Yeah.
was. And I remember
The
I remember
banana Sprite
Michael
challenge, that's
from
what it was
I
Rooster
remember
Teeth.
doing it and I didn't throw up and I didn't even feel any like adverse effects, so I don't know why the fuck people were throwing up.
Michael from Rooster Teeth did it, and they were doing this big thing because they were
Oh,
also setting up
God.
a thing for doing an actual IRL Mario Kart thing, so everybody was eating the
Yeah.
fuck out of bananas. So he decides to do this, and then he just goes, no, no, and then he runs into the bathroom, and it's just
Oh my God, I
death
remember
sounds.
that.
Yeah, it's just death sounds.
It's just like come straight back to me. Oh god, I love
They do
those.
some
Those
fucking
Rooster Teeth
crazy
days are the
shit.
best.
Mm-hmm.
They really
Oh, that
were.
was peak. That was like peak Rooster Teeth. It was so good.
I often think about when what was his name? It's slipping. Anywho, they were fucking
Gavin?
with no, it wasn't Gavin. They were fucking with Gavin's desk, and then he decided to axe kick it, and he kicked the desk in half by accident, and then
Yeah.
and he's just like, yeah, it may have been Jeremy, because he's like out so
Yeah.
shocked, and they're like, well, HR's gonna have a conversation about this.
The
Oh,
achievement
it's
hunt
so
has
good.
done so much stupid shit.
Moonball.
Yeah, but it was that time of YouTube where you could.
Yeah.
Like it was
And
prime
there's
YouTube
very
time.
much loud equals funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If TikTok had been around
Moonball-
back then, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hey, Moonball, I think, still gives Matt PTSD
I
to
bet
this day.
he kept getting bludgeoned by that fucking thing.
I think the worst though was Jack, where he got hit in the throat with one.
Uh-huh. Oh man.
Wasn't that during an R-wood though? as
I
well?
think it was.
Always think about their shitty Minecraft Let's Play. Where they just had this one shitty Minecraft world on Xbox of all the fucking things. And they
Achievement
had this
City, yeah.
Yeah, and they just had a tiny world because obviously on Xbox it was confined to a certain amount of like chunks. And I just think, oh, imagine the chaos if they'd actually played on PC and had a proper world.
They did. As
Well,
they
they did
went through,
eventually, yeah.
they had it all migrated over.
Yeah, but
I
to
feel
begin with,
sorry. I feel sorry
it
for
was
Matt
just the
Bragg
Xbox.
and the amount of times he had to recreate that place.
Yeah, it was just so funny that bloody what
God,
that
I still
especially when they
remember.
were on Xbox, just playing on that one
Yeah.
Xbox world.
God, I still remember Plan G as well.
I remember watching
entirety-
bloody what's his name, Gavin, and who was the guy that like helped start it? What was
Jeff.
his name?
Jeff.
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 Watching them play Peggle. I just remember endlessly watching them play Peggle.
Did you guys watch
yeah.
Uno the movie?
Yes, I did. I've watched that multiple times.
Where they got stuck playing a single game of Uno for like 4 or 5 hours. They were there after the offices closed, and they're like, "Should we start early for?" They start calling their loved ones. I'm not gonna make it. I'm stuck in a
I
game of Uno.
used to when I was like, how old was I? Maybe 14? No, 12. It was either between 12 and 14. When my anxiety was really bad and I couldn't sleep at night, I used to fall asleep every single night listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast. Every single night. And I used to download certain episodes of it, which had like the same cast in it. So it was always the ones with Bernie, Gavin, Gus, and Barbara. I used to always download their podcast episodes and I would just listen to them on repeat and I'd fall asleep to it every single night.
I felt sorry for Gavin because of the Google or Gavin bits that
Google
they
or
done.
Gavin.
Yeah, Google. Who said this is a Google or Gavin?
So I feel a little bittersweet about Rooster Teeth. Less about it being dead and things like that, but I have an odd history with it in that one of my best friends from high school, who ended up becoming someone that I ended up being a little sweet on, was really obsessed with Rooster Teeth, and so I started getting into it because I wanted to know what their interests were and things. Some years later, after graduating and things, about when Snoo and I were dating, the two of us ended up having a fallout because Snoo and I were dating, and it's one of the things that makes it hard to go back to.
Yeah.
Oops. Killed the whole mood.
No,
you're
I
right.
was reading something.
To be honest, they're I mean, like, especially towards the end, and like, they had so many bad controversies that happened in such a short space of time.
I think when we all reflect on Rooster Teeth, we are thinking like 2012 to 2013 prime.
Right, and then we get around COVID and everything just dies.
Yeah, it is sad because it was such a like. Maybe that will be on my 7 wonders of the world, Rooster Teeth, because they were at the time just like such a.
That's not a bad one.
I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the things I was thinking.
That's not a bad one.
Even though it ended on a low, like, there's so many highs in there. Like, the amount of money that they raised for
the charities and stuff.
Yeah, what's the one that they've done every year? I forget the name for the charity.
Was it the kids gaming one?
It was one of those. Yeah. Fuck, why am I drawing a blank?
Because it's an old thing and we're old men.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not
let me see if I can find it.
Oh, what's this?
Extra Life.
No, there's not. Extra Life, Extra Life. So, yeah.
It's crazy. It was such a monument on the internet. Like, I guess I was gonna say there's nothing I could think of that's close to that now.
No.
But like, I think Rooster Teeth was the kind of company that started it all. So places like things like BuzzFeed could come out. Do you know what I mean? Like
BuzzFeed, The Escapist.
Yeah, like I think they set the foundations for like a YouTube company,
I
like
thought
a content creation
Machinima in its
company.
entirety.
Yeah, like I think
well,
they
I think
set
didn't they
that
buy Machinima at one
groundwork.
point?
Let's not talk about Machinima.
I thought that was
I'm,
Screw
fa- I'm,
Attack
fa-
that
I'm,
bought
fairly,
Machinima.
I'm fairly. Well, yeah, and they
We
ended
want
up
to
buying
talk
Screw Attack as
controversy.
well.
We can talk Machinima.
I mean, there's so much wrong with Machinima in
Oh,
itself.
so honestly,
But yeah,
Machinima was
I
crazy.
thought the Escapist was as old as like Rooster Teeth.
I
Well,
honestly
not
couldn't tell
that
you.
much older.
All I know is that is not what they used to be.
Yeah, Screw Attack were eventually bought by Rooster Teeth. Because that's how Death Battle got into their umbrella.
Ah, that makes sense.
And then then Warner Brothers got hold of them and it just went downhill.
Yeah.
In terms, if we were going to talk financially.
Well, everybody, we've got our things. We've got our things to think about. And we'll see you guys next month for the podcast. Thank you guys for hanging out.
When are we having it? When are we having it? Because obviously, technically this month.
30th?
Yeah. The 30th, I believe.
30th.
Okay.
Do we want to put it back at the end of the month again?
Or do we want to do the
Well,
6th?
30th gives us 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's a 5 Thursday month.
Yeah,
that's
this
a good
would.
point.
Yeah, this could actually reset it
Okay.
pretty well. We're fortunate. We're saved.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 30th. 30th is going to be the day. Which is also International Day of Friendship.
Oh,
Wow.
Yay! All right. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Remember to wash your hands, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.